tracking an unknown object that seems to be heading for the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. There are reports of strong gusts, lightning strikes, and thunder. Officials are urging fans to take shelter in the rink and rush for the net.
On the air. We'll have another drive here. They go back behind the net looking for a centering play. There it is. They score. It's 1-0. Thunderbirds take the lead here on the road. Hit in front. There it is. They score. Jack, Gus Ford comes over, and there's a hit, and here we go. Shooting one through a screen. I don't know how Boris Babic saw it, but he did. Gets to work. They fire one. They score. Roman Kramer wins the game in overtime. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you as always. Twin City Thunderbirds hockey, and the Thunderbirds looking to improve on last weekend's results. A couple of back-to-back wins over the PD Ice Cats, a 5-4 win on the road on Friday, and a 2-1 overtime thriller here in this building on Saturday night. Roman Kramer got the game-winning goal in the overtime, and a couple of really good efforts from this team. We'll see if they can back it up and do it again in back-to-back games against the Columbus River Dragons. Here on the weekend, Columbus and Twin City, a 1-1 record. They split games here in this building earlier this year. It'll be 6 games in total that they will play in this season series, and it's 1-1 through the opening 2 games. So it's a 7:35 start tonight. We'll be right back here at 6:05 tomorrow to do it again, back-to-back games here on the weekend for the Thunderbirds. And I mentioned the 2-1 win in the overtime. We'll have a look at those highlights coming up later on in our pregame show. But first we'll go to the standings and take a look at what it looks like around the league for the league standings tonight. And for the Thunderbirds still in their current positioning in the Continental Division. That's in 5th place. The River Dragons ahead of them in 3rd. The Thunderbirds with back-to-back wins over the team ahead of them last weekend, and PD currently in 4th, but it's Athens leading the way, Monroe in 2nd, then it goes Columbus, PD, Twin City, and it's Biloxi and Baton Rouge in 6th and 7th. On the other side, the Black Bears of Binghamton lead the way. Port Huron 2nd, Topeka 3rd, Danbury in 4th, and it's Blue Ridge in 5th, Watertown in 6th, and Indiana in 7th. On the other side there on the Empire Division, we'll go to the team leaders and have a look at what that looks like here entering the weekend. Gus Ford leads the way for the Thunderbirds with 26 points, Josh LaBelle with 21, Zach White with 19. The goaltenders, it's Dyson Skinner and Boris Babic, of course, and Skinner and Babic were very good last weekend. Babic got the overtime win here on home ice on Saturday night, and they're going to go back to him again tonight. Boris Babic will be the starting goaltender. It's Tyler Roy on the other side. So the number 35s will start the game. Trevor Babin, the backup tonight for Columbus. We see Tyler Barrow, Alex Storjahan, and Ryan Hunter leading the way in the points department for the River Dragons on the other side. 33 points, 24 points, and then 22 points. Here's what it looks like on the league schedule tonight. We'll keep you updated on the games from around the FPHL. Athens and PD are battling. It'll be Indiana at Port Huron. Monroe playing host to Biloxi. Baton Rouge hosting Topeka. Danbury in a home game against Binghamton. And Blue Ridge hosting Watertown. Of course, we have our game here as well. And now it's time to tell you about the games coming up in the month of December. We've already played the one here last Saturday night, a thriller in the overtime win. We've got the game tonight. You see it there at 7:35. Tomorrow night at 6:05. And then next weekend, it's the same schedule we had last weekend, where it's a road game against PD on Friday, and then the Thunderbirds back here on home ice to host them again at 6:05. And then the New Year's Eve showdown, that special start time at 8:35 against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. So that's what's going on coming up soon in the month of December. A reminder that the box office here at the fairgrounds running a promotion, a holiday 4-pack. You can get that for $60. More information at TwinCityThunderbirds.com. All right, we're going to take a break here in the postgame show. When we come back, we will have the highlights of that thrilling game, the 2-1 overtime win on Saturday night. Also, we will hear from head coach Steve Harrison with our weekend preview. Puck drops tonight at 7:35.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go Birds.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
This is game number 6. 16th game overall on the year for the Thunderbirds. Here we go. Sit back and enjoy the opening face-off by Boris Babbitt. He's the goaltender tonight. Up the wing. Boutita's run into, continues on, looks to throw it in front of the net to Blomqvist, in on goal, he scores! And it's 1-0. Finally a goal in tonight's game. 17:49 left to go in the Culver's third period, and Liam Blomqvist has scored for the third time this season. And it's intercepted. Here come the Ice Cats. Dominic Marcinkiewicz to Houston Wilson. Makes a nice step. Gives to Dominic Marcinkiewicz, near side Bedard. Shooting one through a screen. I don't know how Boris Babbitt saw it, but he did. 16:08 left to go in the Culver's third period, and through all types of traffic in front of him, Babbitt able to squeeze it and get a whistle. Forward in a circle, and it's loose. Back and forth it goes. They're fighting for it, and the Ice Cats have it. Miguel Diaz, long shot goes wide of the net. We're under 1 to play now. Into the near side corner. Listen to the fans. Thunderbirds fighting it out, trying to find a win here. 1-0 to score, 45 seconds left. It's along the near side boards. It's not moving. Now it's behind the goal. LaBelle turns, nearly gave it away. And Babbitt swats it into an open corner. PD has it. Long shot. Save made, rebound, they score. And we're tied. Chipped onside, in behind. Ricardo Gonzalez. 18 seconds left. Thunderbirds holding on to it here behind the goal. Down behind the line. They've got possession. And trying to center it there was Pastuca. 4 seconds left. Can they put something towards the net? Doesn't look like it'll happen, and we're headed to overtime tonight. Overtime on the way. 5 minutes on the board. And the next goal will end the game. Here we go. It's the top line of Zach White, Roman Kramer, and Josh LaBelle is the defender out there. So 2/3 of the top line to start it. Here we go, and PD has won the opening faceoff. It's Konstantin Chernik. He's run into. Thunderbirds look to steal. Gus Ford put a hit on him, and they couldn't advance with it. Now Salak with a check. Gus Ford finds the puck. It's Ford to win the game. Shoots one. Save made by Gonzalez. And a penalty called here against the Ice Cats. Across. Farmer now has a chance to win it. They pulled the goalie. It's Zach White. Now to Farmer. Delayed penalty. Here in the overtime. Across they go. Side of the net from Ford. Gonzalez is flopping around. Jan Salak loads up, shoots it in front, and they miss on the tip. Farmer races across, and they blow the play down here. It's a slash that's been called with 1:15 left to go in the overtime. Konstantin Chernik takes a seat in the box. It'll be a 4-on-3 power play, 1:15 left in the overtime. After all of that, here we go. There's the face-off. They win it. LaBelle has it. 23 seconds to work. They fire when they score! Roman Kramer wins the game in overtime. 2-1 the final. Power play goal.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall off the bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Two pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, two pillows, endless possibilities.
Kendall Grayson here with head coach Steve Harrison for our weekend preview against the Columbus River Dragons. Coach, we'll go back to last weekend. A couple of nice wins against the PD Ice Cats. What'd you like there in those games? I know we talked about on the coaches show a lot, but two good results for you, and especially the one here on home ice, the overtime win.
Yeah, no, I just like the way we responded after, the weeks before that, where I think we've put some things together. We haven't put it all together. And I thought this weekend here, for the most part, I thought we had two solid, pretty good games there. The one against PD in there, other than late in the second period, it was more penalty trouble, but a lot of it had to do with a few giveaways. But no, for the most part, I thought it was two solid games where, you bend a little bit, but you don't break. And if we can continue to do that and build on the good things, even to be better, I believe there's the ceiling is still there. Like we haven't reached the ceiling yet. So that's what I'm looking for. And the consistency, that's what you got to get to. So, and I know this weekend here is going to be, it's going to be a little bit of the same. As I said, this whole month is going to be, it's a battle, and they're going to come. You and I have talked about it last night there Yeah, as I said, you've seen it a little bit, but something about Columbus coming in. It's a big rivalry, and it's always a good game. So I expect this weekend is going to be 2 hard-fought games, and we have to play well away with the puck and without the puck, and just get that consistency. And if we do that, we're going to give ourselves a chance to be successful. And that's all you can ask at the end of the night. Don't shoot yourself in the foot, and play a strong game.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks very much.
Full offer to purchase.
And welcome back live inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. That was head coach Steve Harrison with our weekend preview. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. The Thunderbirds will be led tonight by netminder Boris Babick. He's part of the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup. It's Gus Ford, James Farmer, Roman Kramer, Zach White, and Kate Hanley and Boris Babick that will start the game first. They've been called out to the blue line. As always, our national anthem presented by American Elevator Company. We just have the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup. And then soon, it'll be time to go for the Pine Tree Tavern first period. All right. We'll have the national anthem as the youth starter heads out to the blue line now. And we'll be ready to go. Third matchup of the year between the River Dragons and the Thunderbirds, each team with 1 win in the first 2 games in this head-to-head series this year. And with that, we are ready to go on this Friday night in Winston-Salem. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. Back-to-back home games here on the weekend for the Thunderbirds, the Columbus River Dragons, the opponent tonight and tomorrow night. As we're nearly ready, the Thunderbirds in the black sweaters, they'll move right to left in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. As I mentioned previously, it's the 2 number 35s, Boris Babick and Tyler Roy. The goaltending matchup tonight. Babick with a record of 4-5, a save percentage of .895 this season. Tyler Roy at 7-3, and a save percentage of .888. 20 minutes on the board, and another weekend of Thunderbirds hockey here at the fairgrounds. Sit back, enjoy it, and thanks for being a part of it. Gus Ford wins the opening face-off, and this weekend's action is underway. Played immediately by James Farmer, part of the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup, and into the catching glove immediately it goes for Tyler Roy. And so that gives us a stoppage, just 9 seconds gone by in period number 1. Face off to the left circle, Gus Ford. He has 11 goals on the year and 173 in his career. Lost possession from the face-off, then it's driven down the rink quickly. Near side, Columbus throws it in front of the goal and could not be controlled by Kyle Moore. They'll look for it here with Josh Colton. Given away, Kramer to White. Zach White steps up, looks for an option, shoots one. Wide of the goal he goes. Stays in play. Out towards center. Here's Ford. Ford looks to play it across. He's run into through the neutral zone. Knocked onside by Cade Hanley. Hanley was a great guest on the Coach Harry Show earlier this week. Down the rink it goes, icing called against the River Dragons. So I mentioned Hanley, the guest on the Coach Harry Show this week. We will have a listen to parts of the interview from Tuesday's show at Dave & Buster's coming up all throughout the night in our first and second intermission breaks. And we hope you enjoy those conversations with him. Offensive and face-off. Good guys have won it. Here's LaBelle. He's open. Holds on to it. Swings a pass off the backhand. Down behind the net. Yuri Pastuka centers. And taken away by Columbus. They'll stretch it out through center to Alex Storjahan. Storjahan is moved off of it. 8 goals, 16 assists so far this year. It's back for the Thunderbirds. Here they go through the neutral zone. As Jan Salak will drop it onside. Looks to skate after it, down behind the line, nearly given away. And it's out towards center again. So here come the River Dragons. They go across the rink. A quick pass from Tyler Barrow, New York native. Side of the circle. We'll see if Dion Demke can win possession of it. In front it goes, and Don Carter was spun around there. Looked like he was hooked, but they continue on. Shots are now updated at 1-1. Here's number 1-1, number 11, Farmer, who fires it forward. It goes into the far side corner. And Farmer looking for it again at center ice. It's out to center for Blomquist. What a goal he scored here back on Saturday night. The only goal in regulation for Twin City. And then Roman Kramer won the game in the overtime. Far side of the building. They'll chase it down. Good play there from Cade Hanley. Hanley takes a bump, stays on his skates, looks to play it ahead. It's taken back by Columbus. Then back to the neutral zone. They'll throw it ahead. Picked off though by Kirk Underwood. Lifted ahead. Now Hanley goes back to find it from LaBelle. LaBelle looks to play it, Blomquist, and then it's given away. Chance in front of the net here. They'll fire, and it's high in the air. It's off the top of the goal, and then falls down right behind the net. And Boris Babik saw it go up and over him, and then it just barely missed the crossbar. It was briefly on the very top of the net, then fell down behind him, and the Thunderbirds survive. 17:23 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. As Twin City looks to win on home ice for the 6th time this season. And if they can find a victory tonight, would be win number 7 on the year. Zach White, he'll catch the pass to the neutral zone. They step up and swing a good play up to Kramer. Here's Roman Kramer, shoots one, and that goes just wide of the goal. Stays onside though, Farmer holding on to it. Farmer plays it ahead, back down low. From the near side, here's Zach White to find it, and they miss the pass on defense. This one goes way down the rink into the defensive end, played out towards center. Kramer puts it onside after it's possessed over the red line, then back down behind the net. Here's a chance onside for the River Dragons. Behind the goal, they'll wrap it around, and they swing it off the side of the net. Time for Luke Dobles to play the puck. Here's Dobles. He passes it ahead, and the Thunderbirds just want a line change here, so they'll make swaps with nearly 4 minutes gone by the matchup. Each team with one shot on net, nothing on the scoreboard. And we have 16-12 left to go in period 1. Josh LaBelle tries to take it away from behind the goal line. This is happening in the defensive end of the Thunderbirds. Colton with a long shot, look out here, and a save made by Boris Babik. So Babick saw that one through traffic, and they put the second shot of the night on the board for the River Dragons. It was Cade Hanley and James Farmer on defense. Gus Ford, Roman Kramer, Zach White, and the goaltender Boris Babick that made up the Geico of Winston-Salem starting lineup tonight. Defensive zone face-off. It's one away, in on goal here. Save made out in front of Boris Babick. They'll have another chance at it. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can take it aside. Looking to move it away from Tyler Barrow. Goes across into an open corner. Takes a big bounce out of the corner from Ryan Hunter. They'll stay onside with a long shot and an easy save from there from Boris Babick, the Slovakian-born netminder, 97 birth year, as he was able to steer that one away into an open corner. It's moved down the ice, 15:35 left to go in the opening 20 minutes of tonight's game. Down along the red line, onside now. Here's a chance, and on goal they'll shoot one. Babick makes a save, rebounds there. And possession is found by Josh LaBelle. Cleared down the rink, and this is going to go for an icing call. And so the Thunderbirds now being outshot 4-1. And they will have to face a defensive zone face-off. Looks like maybe they'll talk about it and change the location. It was tipped, they say. And so they're going to, the icing still stands, of course, but where the face-off will be, that penalty, the Thunderbirds will not have to face a defensive zone face-off. They get it right. They'll move it to the neutral ice logo. And now we're back playing after they sort through that. Following that icing. Giveaway here from Farmer, and in front of the net. Sent out to the line, but it's not out. Underwood, he keeps it onside for the River Dragons. Near side Wick line, then down behind the goal line. Babick looks on, they look to center, they do. And high in the zone, it's found by Lucas Texmo as he fires ahead, it's blocked. Here's Michael Mania. Mania, 2 goals on the year, steps over the blue line as he looked to move around a check from Kirk Underwood. Long shot from the far side of the building. Goes wide. LaBelle sends it just wide of the net there. Still onside, here's Dobles. Dobles settles the puck, and he throws it all the way around the attacking area. Back to the near side boards. The River Dragons look to move out to center with it from a play to the neutral zone, but it's given away, and now White sends it to Keeley. Keeley finds it in the corner, plays high to LaBelle. Across now to Dobles. Dobles down low into an open corner, Roman Kramer. No score. Thunderbirds looking to change that, and on goal, save made, rebounds there. And it's swept away, but it's not out of the zone. Columbus looks to clear it again. Kramer tried to center, goes off the back of the net. And the River Dragons still feeling some pressure. Good work here by Twin City in the attacking territory. It's Kramer. Near side, one-timer goes screaming wide of the net from Gus Ford. All the way out to the neutral zone. As the Thunderbirds look to take the lead. Right now we are scoreless. Zach White across his only fire again. The one-timer goes up and out. 13:47 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Still scoreless. And this will send us to the media timeout. We'll be right back.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
And welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson with you as always as we get ready to go from the opening media timeout of the game. Shots on goal, now 4-2. Favoring Columbus. Offensive zone face-off on the way for the Thunderbirds. As Gus Ford will get ready for it. Still some time to wind down from the media timeout. They have to let it go. And so we'll see about 5 seconds or so, and then we'll be ready to play. The linesman has the puck. He's ready. They're just waiting for the final seconds to go. There we go. Now we can start playing again. And as the linesman has it, we will. Offensive and face-off victory for the Thunderbirds. Still scoreless here in the first period. Back behind the line. Here's White. Look to move it across the zone. Way across it goes, and off a deflection. He was trying to find Cade Hanley with a pass, but it's taken away. Roman Kramer with a mean hit there at center. And they look to move it ahead. Here we go. Zach White onside. Look to drag it around the defender. It was taken aside, shut down. Out in front of him. So Columbus will play ahead. It's Moore to shoot it in on goal, and Babick makes an easy save. So that one bounced on Boris Babick, and then he was able to stop it and get the whistle. Here's the lineup tonight for the Thunderbirds. It's Roman Kramer with Gus Ford, Zach White on the top forward line. Don Carter listed as a forward, and he'll be with Jan Salak and Yuri Pastuka. Liam Blomquist with Nate Keeley and John Butita. In the extra forward in the lineup is Michael Mania. So that's what it looks like up top for the Thunderbirds this evening. We're back with the Thunderbirds looking to find it from center. On defense, it's James Farmer and Cade Hanley. Dion Demke with Josh LaBelle, and Luke Goebbels is defenseman number 5 in the lineup. Tyson Skinner is backing up Boris Babick. Here come the River Dragons, and from center, they'll move one wide of the goal. And out towards center it goes. Found again, then drop back onside once more. And Babick will lay it back for LaBelle. Josh LaBelle standing tall back behind the cage, 6'6", 220, as he looks for an option up the rink. From the near side, here's Butita. And he'll be chipped along the near side boards. And it's batted down, back in behind the net. And they'll look to find it across the rink. It's back behind the cage. Looking to find it here is Colton. Thunderbirds go looking for it in the attacking territory. Near side. And across it goes. Blocked along the red line. Here's Storjahan. Look out! He sends one wide of the goal. Back to center. Here's Mike Wynn. Wynn sends near side to Colton. And in from center, they look to play along. Storjahan back onside. Then it's taken away by Keeley. And Keeley will flip it off the glass. And we'll see if the Thunderbirds can break it out from there. It's played ahead. Farmer up to Keeley. And he tried to return the favor and send it back to him. Back in behind the net. And out in front. Captured onside. Out to center. Here's Farmer holding on to it. Farmer goes ahead. Now White plays along the Ford. He's got room. Ford fire scores! Gus Ford has given the Thunderbirds the lead. And that one leaked through Tyler Roy. And so after it goes between the pads of Roy into the back of the net, Gus Ford celebrating with the scoring play. All right, face off at center following the game's opening goal. And it's one that's put Twin City ahead 1-0. Back onside, looking for another one here. Goes back to center, though, quickly as Don Carter saw it go to Josh LaBelle. They'll announce the goal to Gus Ford. And there's the announcement. Along the red line, played ahead. Now back onside for Columbus as they look to tie the game. Trailing by 1 here on the road. Inside the line. Long shot, and it pinballs wide of the net. That one took a sharp bounce out in front of Boris Babick. It was Matt Stoya who let it go. Now he fires another one, and Babick makes a nice save on it. So it's 1-0 for the Thunderbirds after that goal scored by Gus Ford. Team leading 12th of the year. And the Thunderbirds now in front. So it's Gus Ford from Zach White and James Farmer officially at 8:37 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period even strength scoring play. Twin City finds it. Keeley has to play it around the linesman. At least he tried to. I think it might have hit him there. But it's finally played out to center. Keeley looking for it. Then it goes back to Farmer. Farmer across. He goes to Dobles. Dobles with a nice little check there on Kevin Sabat as he threw him down towards the net. They tip it just wide of the goal. Inches away. And now the look for it in the near side corner. It's Farmer up top. Flutters one towards the goal. And the save made by Tyler Roy. All right, so that's scoring play from Ford. Again, assisted by Zach White and James Farmer. Zach White's 11th assist of the year. James Farmer with his second helper of the season. And goal number 12 for Ford. Goal number 174 in his career. Michael Mania is leaving now as he's shaken up. Hopefully everything's all right there, but he heads over to the locker room. Face-off victory. One-timer goes wide of the goal there from Dion Demke as we're back. Here come the River Dragons in from center. Look out. Barrow backhand drive save made by Babbitt. Near side to look to find it from there. Here's LaBelle. LaBelle holding on to it as he stick handles up the rink. And gave it away. Alex Dorjahan with a chance. One-timer near side shut down by Babbitt. He makes a pad save on Ryan Hunter as Hunter's in search of his 16th goal of the year. Near side Colton. Colton, they wind it around the zone from the slot. Blocked in front by Demke, and he got the clear. Nicely done there from Dion Demke to step in front of the shot as that was in the danger zone right along the hash marks. And not only that, but block it and then find a way to move it out to the neutral zone. I mentioned Mania leaving the game. Thunderbirds are without Jacob Schnapp in the lineup tonight as they'll lift one wide of the goal here. And so at least for now, the Thunderbirds down a forward. Here's Wickline onside, drops it back. Long shot goes well wide of the goal. 3 forward lines to start the game. And Mania was the extra. And so perhaps it was a situation that he was a little bit iffy to go and maybe just decided that he couldn't continue. I don't know if he got hit and that caused something to get worse, but he's for now out, and Thunderbirds also playing with just the 5 defensemen. The trade executed yesterday. You can read about it at TwinCityThunderbirds.com. As the Thunderbirds sent Timofey Smirnov to Indiana for defender Connor Mullins. Mullins not in the lineup tonight. They'll battle for possession along the near side boards. Farmer finds it up to Pastuca. Yuri Pastuca off the backhand, and he's looking to take it aside from Kirk Underwood, who dropped down a couple of times. And finally, Don Carter locates it, and out to safety at center he goes. Found though by Matt Stoya. And Stoya turns to play to the near side. Back behind the net. And then played across the zone. Butita was stripped of it along the blue line. They swing a pass along the near side to Pesamente and moved away from him. So it's now Farmer's turn to play it. Stoya takes away from the blue line, and then he runs into Farmer. Here's Liam Blomquist. Blomquist eventually sees it chopped out to center ice. And Columbus looks to regather and jump onside from there. Chance in front. They attempt to center. It's blocked. Far side corner. Fouled by Farmer. Thunderbirds ahead 1-0 with 7:15 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. We thank everyone for tuning in and say hello to our audio listeners on WTOB. Glad to have you along for the broadcast tonight. However you may be viewing or listening to the game, we appreciate you being a part of Thunderbirds hockey here on the weekend. Hope to see you here tomorrow. It's a 6:05 puck drop between these same two teams who have recently met in the postseason. A lot of history. And two games already this season, a 1-1 record as they split games earlier this year here in this building. Here's Gus Ford with speed in from center, shoots it, and a save made by Tyler Roy. Made a pad save and kicked it out of there. Here's Kramer to fire one. It's off the glove hand of Roy. He couldn't squeeze it. But he's able to deny Gus Ford from a similar location where he scored the goal here early in the period. Hunter, they center as it goes off the forehand of the stick of Storjahan. Shots are 8-7. There's another one, and Boris Babic turns it away and gets the whistle. So now 9-7 shots on net. It's still 1-0 thanks to Gus Ford from Zach White and James Farmer to make it 1-0. Media timeout. We'll step aside and be right back.
Best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwynn Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwynn Services. One call does it all.
Every car gets warning lights, but did you know the color actually means something too? Red indicates an issue that requires immediate attention. Orange indicates a less urgent issue, like a vehicle service requirement. Blue and green give you information on lights and indicators. The more you know with Flow.
Defensive zone face-off on the way, as it's been all 5-on-5 so far in tonight's game. Gus Ford has the only goal, and it's 1-0 here for the Thunderbirds. Face-off, and we're back. We'll see if Twin City can find it here in the far side corner. Here's Don Carter. Carter holding on to it, out through center. Chips it ahead, and they'll call this back for an icing. And so we have 6:04 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Shots are 8-10, favoring Columbus. .8:37, the time of the scoring play from Gus Ford, team leading 12th goal of the year. Back behind the goal line. No, they'll fake it. And they give it away from Hanley as it's moved into the near side corner. From that giveaway, Colton. They'll fire it ahead. Now Kate Hanley has room. Turned over far side, played by Tyler Barrow. They look to pass it around from the top of the far side circle. Good play there from Pastuca to affect the shot that was going to be on the way. Colton, they go over there again. Same one-on-one matchup with Hanley taking it away from Barrow this time. They move it up the rink quickly. Carter plays it along, and he'll apply some pressure. So Don Carter in the forward position tonight. A few times this season we've seen Thunderbirds players from defense go up to forward and drop back to D as well. Here's LaBelle, chops it ahead from the kick plate. They'll move it wide of the net, way wide, all the way around the zone, eventually out through center. Storjahan looks to chase it down. LaBelle's there first. And Josh LaBelle flips it high in the air. We played 15 minutes of the first 20 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And the Thunderbirds lead by 1 as Columbus is forced into an icing scenario. And we have another media timeout. So this will be the last one of the first period. We will take it and come back for the conclusion of period number 1 with the Thunderbirds ahead 1-0.
Being your best is hard. You got to take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool for the kids.
For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from, like, this century.
Yeah.
At a Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
It's 1-0 for the good guys after Gus Ford has scored for the 12th time this year, 174th time in his FPHL career. And as we return from the media timeout, we have 4:53 left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. Offensive end face-off, and the Thunderbirds have won it. Demke steps up, fires a long one, and right on the doorstep, it's tipped from Butita in front, covered up by Tyler Roy. And so after that flurry of action, things settle down. The Thunderbirds still ahead by 1. It's throwback night tomorrow night. Mustache night, the promotion this evening. During the break on the PA, they were speaking of the world-famous mustache that, of course, the captain Butita rocks, and he had a great chance there. Kate Hanley was asked on the Coach Harry Show earlier this week on Tuesday at Dave & Buster's who had the better one, him or Butita, and he went with Butita. Turnover here nearly as the Thunderbirds will play it from the defensive end as John Butita slaps it ahead. Out to center. Dion Demke stays on his skates as he was running 2 for behind right out in front of the visitors' bench. Looked like the Thunderbirds thought that was going to be icing, and they sort of expected that to happen, and were sort of surprised there at the last second, and I think that's what allowed Columbus to jump on it, or at least apply that pressure to our right. Quinn Hughes, by the way, in the National Hockey League, just involved in a blockbuster trade, as that one's going to be going around and talked about tonight. Long shot, blocked in front, they're looking for the rebound. With 3:52 left to go. And our Pine Tree Tavern first period with the Thunderbirds here on home ice, leading by a goal. They'll be right back again tomorrow. A chance down low, look out, Stoya's open, shoots one, glove save made by Babic. Falling down to the top of the crease. And a great save made by Boris Babic. Well, he was falling over and was able to possess it. So the package for Quinn Hughes, by the way, as he's going to the Wild, reported to be Marco Rossi, Zeev Buyam, Liam Ogren, and a first-round pick. So a big blockbuster trade in the National Hockey League this evening. Defensive end face-off into the corner, back behind the net, Dobles and Farmer. Farmer plays across to find Jan Salak. Salak pushes it back to Dobles. And Luke Dobles has room to clear it out. No icing here. They give the washout signal at center ice. Stolen away by Butita. And he'll work with it. In the attacking area back behind the net, Salak throws his weight around, stays upright on his skates. Salak looks to play it ahead. He still has it. Goes to work, sends it down low. They try to return the favor back to him from Pastuca back to Salak. We've got the announcement there. And here's Farmer firing it ahead. It's blocked. And now 2:57 left to go. In this period, Sabah, they cross onside. And they're trying to settle the puck there on Ben Pizzaminti as it was jumping around. Here's Matt Stoya, slams on the brakes, sends it across the rink. And his shot is blocked. They'll try to find it. Carter able to chop it up to Pastuca. And Pastuca fires it back to Don Carter. Shooting one in on goal. A quick shot. And it's blocked by the netminder Tyler Roy. Shots are now even at 11. And here's Nate Keeley with it. Keeley, he's hauled down. Fans don't like it. We keep playing 5-on-5. We've not seen a penalty so far tonight. It's been all even strength hockey. Crossing onside is Hunter. Ryan Hunter goes across the zone. And after it was tipped, it's back for the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds look to move it ahead with now 2:05 left to go in period 1. 1-0 lead on home ice. Gus Ford has the goal. Third meeting of the year between these two teams. Will be 6 in total. And each team winning a game here in this building earlier this year. LaBelle swings a pass across to find Hanley. And just over the blue line, this will be called back for an offside. So we have officially 1 minute, 39 seconds left to go in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. On the video side of things, coming up in the first intermission break, we will have the latest episode of Cup of Joe. Part 1 of that interview with this week's guest, Michael Mania. And also part 1 of our 2-part Coach Harry Show interview that we will run throughout the broadcast this weekend. So that's the intermission programming coming up in the break. We hope you enjoy it. Here's Ford. Onside, back he goes to Kramer, steps up, gives it back to him. Ford way behind the net. And he looked to center there to White. It's off the back of the net. They try to give another centering pass to White. That time it was from Roman Kramer. Now James Farmer, he finds Gus Ford. Ford goes across, Roman Kramer's open. Couldn't fire it, now he does. And a save made by Roy, it's down, he sees it and covers it. So 66 seconds left to go in period one, with the Thunderbirds ahead by a goal at 1-0. And I think for the first time tonight, now Twin City out shooting Columbus as they put the Thunderbirds' 12th shot of the night on the board. Gus Ford to the dot, Zach White to his left, Roman Kramer to his right, and a James Farmer back behind him along with Luke Doble standing on the Hungry Howie's logo. Well, battle for possession of the face-off circle. It's moved away from the Thunderbirds, though. We've got 1 minute left to go in period one. Twin City ahead by a goal at 1-0. Look out. Chance down low, though, for the River Dragons as they're back on side here late in the period. Ford looking for it. Kramer applying some pressure. Shot goes wide, goes off the back of the net. And then it's found, and they look to move it out. Here they go in the breakout. 37 seconds left in the period. Crossing over the blue line. Thunderbirds making changes. Now they could be calling a change to 3-on-2 the other way. River Dragons have it up top. Quick line, shooting, blocks. Falls down to the far side corner. Chopped out by Don Carter, right to Gus Ford. Ford, good saucer pass. He finds White. Zach White open, tries to go back across, and they block the advance. 15 seconds left to go in this first period as they start to stretch it out up and down the rink. LaBelle, a slap shot to dump it onside. There's another chance, and a blocker save made by Roy. 3 seconds left. Carter towards the net. Back behind for Salak, and that's it for the opening 20 minutes. All right, shots on net, 13-11. The score is 1-0. Thanks for joining us tonight. Kendall Grayson with you as always. Gus Ford has the goal through the Pine Tree Tavern first period. And after one, Thunderbirds have the lead, 1-0.
Flo Cadillac is a proud sponsor of the Thunderbirds. Visit 1400 South Stratford Road for a free test drive. Or go online to flowcadillac.com to schedule a sales or service appointment.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
All right, welcome back, Thunderbirds fans, to another episode of Cup of Joe. This week we have number 25, Mike Mania.
Hey guys,
how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing wonderful. I'm glad you were able to make it out here today. Finally, we're getting through the 30 minutes of bloopers that we couldn't do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen the previous couple episodes with Boots and.
I have not.
Oh,
I should have tuned in on those.
No, this is perfect. This is more for the fans to kind of get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
So this is your first year pro.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, I like it so far. I like the transition from college to pro is a lot. Like, I like the transition. The play is a lot different. Better IQs. More puck possession. And overall, I just like it.
Where'd you go to college?
So I played 5 years at UMass Dartmouth.
And how was that?
It was fun. Great time. Not really a big school guy, so I was excited to get out of there. But it was fun with the boys, and playing college hockey was good time in general.
What'd you leave with your degree with?
Business management, entrepreneurship.
Hey, there we
yeah,
go.
Not too bad.
So you could do anything with that. At least you got a degree.
Yeah, it took 5 years, but it's okay.
Better late than never. Don't worry about that. So this year, I was gonna say what are some of like the different experiences you had that's completely different than college? Because I know you're in the hockey house.
Yeah.
How many guys are in that one? Who are you with?
So I think there's 8 in there now, which is actually the same that I had at college. We had 8 guys in our hockey house.
Oh.
A lot cleaner though here.
Really?
Now that college was disgusting. That house it should be condemned, like done. But this house here is it's not bad. It's pretty clean. Apparently, this is the cleanest it's been so far. So
I haven't been there. Usually, I'm good to get there once a year.
Yeah,
that's usually in March, though, after the St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Our little activities during.
Yeah, we've been keeping it clean. We've had a couple of house meetings to make sure everyone's on their stuff and getting their dishes done and keeping it tidy.
Sounds like a lot of responsibility going around there now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How's the travel been comparatively?
So like in college, I think the farthest we traveled was like 3.5 hours.
Oh.
So yeah, that was different. Like I never did like an overnight bus trip before, so that was different. But it's comfy though. We're laying on beds and stuff. So
yeah, who are you sharing your bed with?
Boris.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah,
Boris.
we got it nice and tidy over there. We get a little blanket over the top. We swap blankets, so it's good. Keep it nice and clean.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton & Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today. And hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coach Harry Show for our next segment here on the show. Thank you so much. Coach, we'll get into the Friday game, which was a 5-4 road win. First visit to PD there in Florence. That's an older building. I know we talked about it on the bus on the way down there. Had you ever
No, I've never been there.
No,
and I was trying to explain to a couple people what it was like, and it's a little older than Columbus, but it's a little younger than Monroe. And so if you've been to those two rinks, you kind of got it. It's kind of in between there. It's I kind of liked it. It had some character. It had some things that you'd like to have done better. But it's an older building, as I said. But as I said, it showed some character. I don't think the ice was as great as the players would like to have it. It was a little bumpy there a couple times, and then along the boards there. So, but I know those are things that they're trying to work on. And then the lighting was a little dark there. I thought I was going to have to wear a miner's hat there on the bench there a couple times. But but for the most part, a great old building. And as I said, when you play in those types of buildings, I always love the character on it. You know what I mean? And as I said, Kate can contest to the. I know the ice probably wasn't as good as we would like to have had it.
Yeah, the boards were a little choppy and lights were a little bit dimmer in different spots.
Yeah, if you passed it off the board, you just never knew what was going to happen there. So we had to make a lot of direct passes if you had them.
All right, so we'll get in the game here. It's a good start for your group. I know that's something that you've been talking about, and it's a goal from Gus Ford. He ends up having 2. Don Carter has 2 that night. Jacob Schnapp gets the game winner in the third period. But a good start there to get on the board first. I know they get it back, but then you're able to add to it with a couple of power play goals. And overall, what'd you think about that first period?
Well, I thought the first was great. We came out, and Whitey got us going there. I think the first goal there, and it was just the way things worked out. We were looking for a good start. We were looking for a sense of urgency, a little more pizzazz in our game. We're a little, I hate to say vanilla, but we're just a little bit of vanilla, for us right now. And you have to bring up a little pizzazz there. And, the gentleman right beside me brought a little more pizzazz to his game also. So that's what we were looking for. And I thought we came out smoking there. I really liked it. And, we scored there early. As you said, Whitey gave it to 40 there and got that first one. So, and they're the type of team, we took advantage of what they gave us. And good teams take advantage. When teams make mistakes, they made a mistake, and, I've never understood when you have a good player like Gus Ford how you can let him behind your defense. But we got a chance and got an opportunity early, and we took advantage.
And so they answered back, but then you're able to get a couple of power play goals. And we'll fast forward to Saturday's game. You end up winning the game there on the power play. But overall, I think the power play looked like it was really clicking this weekend. There's some that probably didn't work out you want to have back, but a good momentum builder getting those 2 power play goals in the first period.
Well, that's the one thing we worked on last week, probably a little different than our normal practice. We kind of went a little longer than normal, and the one thing that we talked about is the way that they played, and you always have to take advantage of what they're doing, and they're the type of guys. They're trying to score goals just as fast as we're trying to score goals, killing penalties, and they're very, very aggressive. So if we don't move our feet, move the puck, and shoot, then we're not going to have very much success. And the guys took it to heart, and I thought we moved the puck. I thought we moved our feet, and we had some success. So we scored a couple power play goals there early, and that kind of set the mode for most of the game.
Cade, you've seen several teams in the league now already this season. This PD team is like Coach said, high-flying, lots of offense, and you're obviously trying to prevent that as defensemen. So, what are your thoughts on what you've seen from PD so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They got a couple good little speedsters on their team. The Marcinkevics, I played against Simon Jr., and they're fast as they come. Houston Wilson's also real good on his edges, and so just kind of try and prevent those guys from getting around us and taking advantage of opportunities when we get them.
Maybe they shouldn't be behind us.
Not a bad idea.
That's one for the coach. We'll just put that up for the coach tonight. We'll just put that up. So, but you'll get me back here soon because I know there's going to be some questions you're going to have to answer. So
that's it. So obviously good first period there. You go to the second period and you really pick up where you left off. Don Carter scores again. He got the second power play goal in the first period after Gus Ford had 2. So. DC scores again there, and he had the one in Binghamton as well, so all of a sudden he's got 3 in the last 2 games, and even strength goal, but Whitey gets the assist there too, LaBelle assists. You got a 4-1 lead at that point, and then kind of like you did to them back in the first period, they end that second period with back-to-back power play goals in the final 5 minutes. What'd you think about the middle period?
Well, I really liked it until I think there was like 7 minutes left in the game, in the period, and we talk about momentum. Since I've got here, I look at the game different than a lot of people, and to me it's about momentum. And we turned the puck over at the blue line. We made another play where I thought we could have done something different, got it deep, and then we lost it another time. And then I think we had an icing, and the puck goes down in our zone for a face-off, and it was one of those accidental trips, and I know it was, when you're in the heat of the battle and you're going at somebody, and you trip a guy. It's not something you want to do, but usually when things like that happen, there's a reason. And if you go back a week earlier, kind of the same thing. We're up 3-1, and somebody was in a position where they probably shouldn't have been, and worked his tail off to get somewhere, but accidentally tripped a guy, and then the ball started to roll the other way. And next thing you know, I think we were down 5-on-3, and as you say, they scored a couple goals. So we kind of gave them the momentum back there, and the coach wasn't very happy, I don't think, at the end of the second there, just from the standpoint of we worked our tails off to establish something the first 2 periods, and up to 7 minutes left in the second period, I'm sitting back there going, my God, this is like, we're rolling here. This is pretty good. But that's how fast it can change. And I'd like to say I haven't stressed it, but I've tried to stress it as much as I can that, it's little things that turn the momentum. And I think we actually handed it back to them there. And but the best thing about the second period was the way we came out in the third. I came in the dressing room and I told the guys, we'll talk about what happened in the second tomorrow. What we've got to do is we got to turn the momentum around. And I give all the guys all the credit in the world. They went out, we got pucks, we gained zones, we kept the puck deep. And I thought we just had a great third period there. As I said, we gave up 1 at the end there. But again, for the most part, I thought we had a great third period. And I was tickled pink because, when things happen, it's how you react. We've talked about it many times also, but when something happens, especially like that in the second period, we hadn't won on the road yet, and so you got to learn how to win on the road. You got to learn how to win everywhere, but to win on the road, as I said, the way we came out in the third period, I was very, very pleased at the way they responded, and they deserve it, and they were rewarded with it, and got the win.
And so you mentioned the third period, got the win. Jacob Stock scores what ends up being the game winner, gave you a 5-3 lead at the time. Talk about that goal and what he's done for you, obviously, this season. We'll get into Saturday's game. I know fans sitting on home ice saw him get banged up during the game. But that was a big moment, and it ends up sealing your win there on Friday night.
Well, he's a great penalty killer. He brings us a lot of energy. When he plays his game and he plays the way he can play, he brings us an energy that not many guys can do. He's, I'm trying to be nice here, maybe agitator, I guess is maybe the word I want to use. I could use a couple other words, but we're on the air right now, so I can't use them. But no, he disturbs people. And him and I've talked a lot about it before I got here. He disturbed people, but he went over the line a lot apparently. And since I've been here, he's gone over the line. But you live and die with those types of guys because what they bring to the table for you is that energy and everything like that. And you just every once in a while he goes over the limit. But as I said, for the most part, he's done great. And as I said, he was rewarded with the goal. He does a great job killing penalties. And as I said, he brings an element to our game that. It's nice having guys that are, this or that, as I said, but he just brings that element that I think he agitates people and he brings a lot of life to us.
So PD gets on the board late, and that was a goal that you ended up challenging. Can you walk us through that? Because I know that ended up being a very controversial moment. I wasn't sure if offsides was reviewable. I'd heard that maybe it wasn't, and then it was. And so just walk us through just kind of how all that went.
You were on the ice at that time? I can't remember. No, you're on the bench.
No, I was on the bench.
We were on the bench, and it was right at our bench, and they were pressing, they were coming, and they made the play there right at the blue line, and it honestly, from my vantage point, it looked offside, just like. But again, you're trying to watch it, you're trying to change, and you see it, and then a couple guys on the bench were like, "Oh no, that was offside by far," and it was one of those deals where. You gotta, sometimes you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and I took a leap of faith there, and hopefully that it was going to go our way. And it's ironic, but they kept the goal, and then obviously as we found out 2 minutes after we got in the dressing room that it was offside by this far. So it was one of those. The only good thing about it is they never gave us a penalty because apparently the review that they could see wasn't the best view, so they couldn't tell. Conclusively, I guess that's the way they wanted to say it. But it's unfortunate that, I remember last year there in the playoffs against Binghamton, they scored the winner there 1-0, and it was offside by the same thing. So yeah, you like to get those ones. Sometimes when they're so close, those things happen. But like the one here the other night there, when you can see it it was on Facebook, I guess, right after, like, it wasn't really close. And trust me, when the game was that fast and those guys are going 100 miles an hour, it's hard. One skates up, one skates down. So we got rewarded, as I said, not having the penalty in the last 2 minutes. But again, it was a 5-4 hockey game, but I don't think we even gave them a shot in the last couple of minutes. I thought we did a great job in sealing the deal there. And as I said, the guys did a great job.
There was another goal that fans asked about, and that was the one where Dyson Skinner's mask got knocked off, and they scored quickly after. Was there anything that you got on that one?
Well, that's one of those ones where you could probably sit there all day and argue and jump up and down, but again, it's as I told the guys, a lot of times I don't get too excited about those situations. Sometimes you have to, but again, that's the way he looked at the call. And we had to ride with it. Did I agree with it? No. Okay, but sometimes you just have to take the good with the bad, and you got to know it's a little like relationships. Sometimes you just got to pick your right battle and which one you're going to go at, and when you're going to go at it, then you go at it hard. And so, as I said, that one there I thought was one of those ones where it's time to lay off a little bit. But the one at the end, I figured, well, let's roll the dice and we're going to go at it. So that's what we did.
Stat line says Dyson ends up giving up 4 goals, but he makes 45 saves. Just a really impressive effort. We'll get to Boris's play in the next break, in the next segment. But before we walk away from Friday's game, I thought it'd be good to mention just how well he played as well.
Well, we had great goaltending, both, and give like we talk about the defense, we talk about the team structure. We talk about everything. Yeah, they had 45 shots, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to take away from Dyson, but I thought the team played very well in front of them. Maybe other than the 7 minutes in the second period, I thought we played a pretty good period in front of them, or a pretty good game in front of them. But as I said, when he had to make the saves, and he had some grade A chances, and as I said, both teams did. But he came up big for us there, and I thought he just did a great job.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pinebrook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com. And welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. We are nearly ready for the second period. The Flow second period here on the broadcast with the Thunderbirds leading by a goal at 1-0. Each team has returned. They switched into the building. And so here in the middle period, we see the Thunderbirds attacking left to right. And Columbus will be moving right to left. Out-of-town scoreboard report, it's 2-2 between PD and Athens. 2-1, Port Huron has the lead over Indiana. Also a 2-1 lead on home ice for Danbury over Binghamton. A 2-1 road lead for Watertown over Blue Ridge. And coming up later on, it's Monroe hosting Biloxi and Baton Rouge playing host to Topeka. So that's the out-of-town scoreboard report. We will keep you updated as the night goes along. Here we go, ready for the second period. And there's the puck drop to get us going. Face-off is won immediately by the River Dragons, and it's played ahead by Kevin Sabat. Going to find it here is Gus Ford down behind the line. James Farmer, he'll look to make a play on it from the side of the circle. Back down low to Farmer. He goes in directly off the end wall up to Hanley, then White, then back to Hanley. Here's Roman Kramer crossing onside. Kramer makes a move, shoots one, and a save made by Tyler Roy. So it's down, and they look to play it along the near side board. So Kramer's drive was blocked there. And the netminder for the River Dragons, Roy, looks on. Tyler Roy, 98 birth year, as the River Dragons will be guilty of an icing infraction, 19-12, left to go in the Flow second period. And a stoppage. Roy played 10 games in the SPHL last season, 2 seasons ago. Last year, 14 games with Roanoke. Right circle face-off for Jan Solak. Has 6 goals on the year. This is his 13th game of the season As they'll drive one in on goal, rebound, stick left on Don Carter. Otherwise, Carter may have had his 4th goal of the year. This is game 17 for the team. Long shot and deflected just wide. That was from LaBelle. River Dragons calling for the pass there was Moore. They couldn't get it to Kyle Moore, though, as they missed him. Moore from Indian Trail, North Carolina. Just down the road. And on goal and steered aside there from Boris Bavick. Played ahead by Brody Thornton. Down behind the line now. It's Cody Wickline. In front he goes on the centering attempt. And they miss the pass. It's picked off. Here we go. Don Carter plays ahead. Looks to chase it down on the near side corner. Stoya gave it away. So down behind the line. Don Carter Jr. goes to work. Up top now for Dion Demke. They'll play it down behind the goal again with nearly 2 minutes gone by in period number 2. Just inside the line as the Thunderbirds dump it down low. Now from the near side, Blacksmith gave it away and he gets it again. Gillette Blacksmith plays ahead and out to center. Good heavy hit there with Blomquist and Wickline involved as Liam Blomquist throws his weight around. 5'9", 198. From Malmo, Sweden. Columbus will be guilty of icing, and there's the whistle. So 17:39 left to go in the second period as the River Dragons ice the puck. Well, the Thunderbirds doing a raffle tonight for a 55-inch 4K TV, Vizio Smart TV, and anyone in attendance was eligible to win that tonight. You have to go down the lobby during the game, but a pretty cool promotion that the Thunderbirds had this evening. Here's Hanley holding on to it. Rips it across to LaBelle, and they try to go in front to Butita. It's blocked though. Played ahead, out through the logo at center, as Blacksmith will lift it along. Hanley will see LaBelle play it as he was tied up. Thunderbirds look to break it out from the defensive end. And once again, it's Cade Hanley, who we heard from during the break. Here's Hanley, steps over the line and dishes it down low. Looks for an option, and we'll see if Nate Keeley can win a battle. Now John Butita, the captain. Thunderbirds up by 1, looking to go up by 2. Dobles, and taken away. Butita briefly had it, then it's back to Luke Dobles at center. Collected by Hanley, then given to Dobles. Dobles fires ahead, and now it's Roman Kramer. He steps onside. Keeley powers one wide of the goal as Tyler Roy made a stick save and then pushed it back behind his goal. 16:40 left to go in period number 2, and it's Gus Ford scoring play, even strength goal from back in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. 8:37 the time of the scoring play. That's given the Thunderbirds a 1-0 lead here on home ice. Boris Babick plays it off the backhand, looks to move it now from the defensive end with Kramer. Looking for Farmer. They don't have it though. In on goal, shut down by Babick, and it's back behind the net. It's a good save made there as James Farmer's looking to win possession of the puck. He's defending Kevin Sabad tightly. They go in front, bounce just wide, and now Zach White's got room to find it and play it. And he tried to stretch a pass out to the neutral zone to Gus Ford. Turnover, look out, here they go across, they fire one, and it goes well wide of the net. The net was open on the far side with the River Dragons looking to tie the game. They send another one wide. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can get to it here and get out of the zone. Gus Ford has it. Ford tried to give it to Farmer, and he's going to chase it down here as he applies a check to Colton. Thunderbirds making changes out towards center. 15 and a half left to go in the Flow second period. Boris Babick plays it off the far side post. And back behind the goal for LaBelle. And it goes across for Don Carter. Carter indirectly will find it to LaBelle. Josh LaBelle hits the skates of Don Carter. He charges ahead with it. Here he goes. Don Carter drops it back. Solokin on goal. Shut down. A save made by Tyler Roy. Yuri Pastuca wide open. Josh LaBelle shoots it. Blocked. Save made. Rebound. They tried to find it on the doorstep there with Carter. And just couldn't put the stick to it as it was bouncing on him. And so it's moved in from center ice. Mike Wynn will drop it onside. And it's still a 1-0 lead for the Thunderbirds. They find it again. This time it's Salak. Goes out to the logo at center ice. And right back the other way. Here we go. Salak takes a look, fires, save made. Tyler Roy holds on to it. Media timeout, 14:39 left to go in the second period as the Thunderbirds still ahead by a goal at 1-0.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse. It's 1-0 here for Gus Ford and the Thunderbirds. We play on in the second period. Gus Ford scoring at 8:37 of the Pine Tree Tavern first period. It was a low-scoring game and a win last time out, 2-1 in overtime for the Thunderbirds here on home ice against PD back on Saturday. Liam Blomquist scored in the third period, and Roman Kramer had the overtime game winner. And once again, a low-scoring game. Different opponent, though. And it was scoreless after 40 minutes that night. Blomquist goes across trying to find Butita, and it's intercepted. But a good look there from Liam Blomquist. Down the rink, Boris Babic senses trouble. I think he tried to play it there, but they give him the benefit of the doubt on the early whistle, and so the play will cease with the shots on goal now showing us 17-13, favoring the Thunderbirds. From the face-off, controlled by Ryan Hunter. They could not hold the line there. And so on the delayed offside, the River Dragons have to retreat. They do that. And it's Nate Keeley to power it ahead. Keeley looking for his first goal of the year. Has 22 in his career. Back behind the goal line. The River Dragons will throw it in directly off the end boards. Out through center. And we'll see if Kramer can find it here. He'll grab it way back in the defensive zone. Good little move there. Nice deception. And it's bouncing away from Brody Thornton. He's run into by John Butita. They center it, and Kramer had the chance there, but it was taken away from him. Now from Ryan Hunter. Hunter and the River Dragons onside, a chance out in front, and in the far side corner, Alex Storjahan finds it from there. Near side, they set up Barrow, shooting, blocked, and covered up by Babbitt. And once again, Boris Babic in back-to-back games putting together a great effort. I mentioned that 2-1 win for the Thunderbirds back on Saturday night against PD. And it was a 52-save performance for Babic. He was named the third star of the night. 52 saves on 53 shots. Roman Kramer the first star, and Liam Blomquist was the second star that evening. Shots are 17-15 now for the home team. And it's a 1-0 lead. Zach White finds Roman Kramer in from center. Kramer in front he goes, and he faked that way, and instead he stopped and went back behind the goal line. And they pressure him from there. All the way around the boards. LaBelle tried to squeeze a quick pass to Zach White, stripped away from him. He goes diving down to the ice to help the efforts getting back, and he's tripped up in front of the bench. And no call provided. We keep playing 5-on-5. Here's a chance. As the River Dragons have it, they go across, they bump it around a couple of times, and they couldn't get the shot to go. And so they find in the corner, still moving it around onside. They'll blast one wide of the net. Zach White up to Gus Ford. And he chips along, wants Don Carter Jr. to race after and find it. Kirk Underwood plays it. Good hustle there from Carter. Turnover, Yuri Pastuka shooting it. It's blocked. That hit Lucas Texmo, Ontario native, and he's struggling to move here in front of the goal. He's in position. Now he's able to take a turn with a puck, and he shoots it out towards center. Still hobbling, though. Back behind the play is Lucas Texmo. Thunderbirds holding on to it. It's James Farmer, the defenseman. Mississauga, Ontario native. Curls around, gives a pass to Don Carter. And Carter flips it onside. 8 minutes gone by in the Flow second period, and it's still a 1-0 lead for Twin City. It's Kevin Sabat rather. He plays in front of the goal and taken aside by Babic and then Farmer. Farmer gives to Salak. Jan Salak onside, drops it in front of the goal. And back checking the River Dragons, able to take it away. Kevin Sabat plays. Swings a pass, looking for Kyle Moore. And just away from him, just from the blue line, played by Farmer. So Farmer glides it back to Dion Demke. 1-0 the lead for the Thunderbirds, 11:23 to play in the second period tonight. Chance for the River Dragons. And Ben Pesamente, Iowa City native. Taken away though, Butita finds a pass to Blomquist. Now it's back to John Butita. Stretches it across, and taken aside. Flipped in front of the scorer's table by LaBelle. Back and forth we go. This time Cade Hanley, and it's Nate Keeley. Keeley held up, continues on. Butita has it, throws it in front of the goal looking for Roman Kramer. And off a deflection, it goes wide of the net, picked up and carried through center. River Dragons onside, looking to tie the game. In on goal, a save made by Boris Babbitt. And so Babbitt gives it a squeeze. 10:46 left to go in the Flow's second period. Shots are now even at 17 apiece. Out-of-town scoreboard report. We will continue to keep you updated throughout the night. Tie game with PD and Athens at 2. Tie game Indiana and Port Huron at 2. And Danbury leading Binghamton 2-1. Watertown leading Blue Ridge 2-1. On the out-of-town scoreboard report from around the FPHL tonight. So 37 seconds away from the halfway point in regulation. Columbus has it. Onside. They'll move it to Ryan Hunter. He called for it, then he missed the pass, and he has to play it back out through center. Here's Tyler Barrow. Near side of Hunter. Steps onside with it, drops it along, and they power a one-timer wide of the goal. Twin City finds it with Kramer. Ahead they go, and they tried to stretch it up to Zach White. It was picked off as it was Kramer to Ford, and then Ford looking for White. It would have been a race down the rink, and White would have had it on a one-on goaltender. Here's Hunter. As Columbus is back on side, throws it well wide of the goal, collected by Tyler Barrow. Gus Ford battling for it, and they'll miss the pass. LaBelle threw it out through center and then tried to find Ford. Ford pressures the goaltender Tyler Roy. Back behind him, and it's Brody Thornton to play it. They'll go across the zone over the red line at center. See if Dobles can take it away. Hanley goes crashing in here in the defensive end. River Dragons centering. Stoya. He's stick handling, and he had to swing the pass across, feeling some pressure. And it was out to center. So behind the goal, found and played by Cade Hanley again. Hanley with 5 assists on the season officially. We heard on the Coach Harry show that he didn't have any part in the goal that was scored in the third period back on Saturday night. Got credit for the assist though. So he's got 5 officially. And Salak steps onside with it, but quickly taken away from him. Driven down the rink with some speed from the River Dragons and collected by Farmer behind Babic. 8 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second period. Thunderbirds leading 1-0. The shots are even, 17-17. And from center, number 11 Farmer on a one-on-one with number 10 Wickline. Farmer driven down to the ice by Cody Wickline, and we continue playing even strength. Thunderbirds have it through center. Salak got tripped up. Butita takes it. Centers to Salak. He's open in front, dancing around the goaltender, but they rolled on him. He couldn't fire it ahead. Far side corner, they'll regather. Here's Jan Salak protecting the puck, then he lets it go to Liam Blomquist. Up high, sends the pass to Josh LaBelle. And around the rink he goes. He sends it back behind the net. River Dragons find it, and they'll be able to get through the pressure here as they look to move it out. They got it through center, far side of the building. Top of the circle. Here's Sabad, looks to center, and taken away high in his own by Zach White. White's on a 1-on-3, gets around everyone, White shoots, and a penalty's going to be called here. He missed the net with a shot on the 1-on-3, stepping over the blue line. What a chance for Zach White. He was hooked, and it nearly didn't have an effect. But it'll be a power play when we come back. The Thunderbirds ahead by a goal at 1-0.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate around Winston-Salem and the Triad? Meet Jennifer Sapp, your trusted local realtor. With nearly 30 years of deep experience, Jennifer specializes in everything from historic homes and remodels to investment properties, college town housing, and short sales. She's known for honesty, integrity, and making the process as stress-free as possible. Ready to make your move? Call 336-782-3148 or visit jensapprealty.com today.
Did you know that not changing your engine oil can result in engine failure? Regular oil changes can extend the life of your engine and reduce the risk of engine failure. Schedule your next oil change on the Flow Garage app. The more you know with Flow.
Kevin Sabad is in the box. It's his fourth minor penalty of the season. And the Thunderbirds power play empties over the boards, looking to give this team a 2-goal advantage. Here in the Flow second period, Sabad hooking at 12:20 of period number 2. Thunderbirds win possession of the puck from the faceoff. LaBelle and on goal, save made by Tyler Roy. We hear the announcement for the hooking penalty. Inside the line, Gus Ford's open. Across they go, Kramer. They got the tip in front, but it's covered up by Tyler Roy. Roman Kramer had two options there. He had the option to shoot the puck or throw it in front of the goal and get a tip, which is what happened. But the redirect does not get around Roy. 1:45 left on this power play officially. And once again, the Thunderbirds win possession from the faceoff. Kramer, a one-timer shut down by Roy. Kramer holding on to it. They move it around the zone quickly. It's Gus Ford. Ford. He's got room to work from the left point. Long shot. Tipped off the side of the goal. Keeley lurking in front of the net. Here's LaBelle. LaBelle finds White. They go across here on the power play. Zach White open. Shoots it off the glass. A screamer of a shot that goes wide. Stays onside though. 5-on-4 continues. 1:11 left on the power play. Kramer. LaBelle. And he tried to give the pass to White. It was blocked, and it's out to the neutral zone. Ford goes and finds it from there. 3-on-2 if they hustle here. LaBelle left it for Kramer, and they step offside on the power play. So a stoppage with 6:36 left to go in the Flow second period and 57 seconds now left to go on this 5-on-4. The first power play of the night for either team. Thunderbirds looking to score in the power play for the 14th time this season. The penalty kill for Columbus, 76 of 91, 83.5%. Face off outside the attacking area. It's moved onside quickly, and Roy assists his teammates to move that one out. Jan Salak was diving over the blue line looking to stop the clear, but couldn't do it. So down it goes. It's behind the net and controlled here by Pastuca. Yuri Pastuca. Out through center, gave the pass to Carter. 5-on-4, 6:33, 6:12 left to go. 33 left to go in the power play. And it's down the rink, fouled by Pastuca. Goes off the lower body of Jan Salak. And Salak looks to work now with not much time remaining on the first 5-on-4 chance either team has had this evening. Still a 1-0 lead for the Thunderbirds, as Salak had it taken away with 8 seconds remaining on the power play. It's shot onside. Changes being made to center, and here comes Sabad. He's out of the box. And they look to get it to him. They miss the pass. It goes way down the ice, and icing has been called against the River Dragons. So the Thunderbirds 0 for 1 to begin the game on the power play. That was their 80th power play opportunity of the season. 13 goals. Entered the weekend at 16.5%. Face-offs to the right circle. This will be Gus Ford to handle it. Zach White to his left. Roman Kramer to his right. Cade Hanley and James Farmer high in the zone. And Hanley has it. Shoots it through traffic. And it's blocked by a stick in front of the goal. Farmer's crunch down to the ice. Looks to stand back up. Zach White finds it. Here's White. Gives the pass to Farmer. Side of the circle. Ford holding on to it. Goes across the zone. And off the deflection, it's back to the neutral zone. So dropped onside by Hanley. He's run into by Kyle Moore. Out through center. Thunderbirds will look to find it here, though, in the attacking area. That's to our right in the Flow second period. Found instead, though, by Brody Thornton. And getting back is Farmer. We'll see if we can find it here as the River Dragons are applying some pressure in the attacking area. Shots are 23-17, and they may have shot 24 here as White puts it in front of the net and right in on goal. And a save is made by Tyler Roy on the far side post on Gus Ford. What a chance. And that was shot number 24. You could feel that one all the way from center as they were going to have a chance with numbers. The River Dragon just fell over, tripped right over the blue line. Texmo. They talk about the turf monster. That was the ice monster that jumped up and bit him there. He gets back up, and here we go. It's Blomquist. Got a pass in from center. Drops it back. Keeley, a one-timer, shut down by Roy. So Tyler Roy makes the save at the top of the goal crease. 4:09 left to go in the Flow second period. Thunderbirds still ahead by 1. We'll step aside and be right back.
I want to stop being sidelined by pain. I want to tell him I'm in. I want a surgeon who speaks more knees than he can count. I want the best care in the game. I want a team that's with me every step of the way. I want to bounce back fast. I want to show them my best is yet to come.
For the best orthopedic care, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
What are you doing, bub?
Just fixing my chair.
You should call Contract Business Solutions.
Good idea. I'll give them a call.
Proudly serving the Piedmont Triad area for over 17 years, Contract Business Solutions partners with leading manufacturers to create innovative, budget-friendly workspaces. From design and layout to delivery and installation, explore our capabilities at cbsworkspaces.com.
Offensive end face-off on the way. Nate Keeley with Liam Blomquist to his right. John Butita to his left. Josh LaBelle, Dion Demke high in the zone. Keeley on the one-on-one. And the face-off circle. And this one goes back in behind the net. We'll see what the Thunderbirds can do from there. In front they go, looking for the near side tip, and Blomquist was open. Put himself in a great spot. And it just went away high in the zone. Stays onside though. So they'll battle for it. Taken aside by Hunter and the River Dragons. Then right back for the good guys. Blomquist off a steal. Sends it to Nate Keeley. Keeley high in the zone. Alex Dorjahan picks it off and could be numbers the wrong way. Demke and LaBelle are back. Near side, they look to snap a pass along, but it was blocked. So Columbus sets up here behind the net in the attacking area. It's Texmo. Shooting it. Glove save by Babbitt. 3:23 left to go in the Flow second period. Shots are 25-18. Well, Thunderbirds fans, the official chiropractor of the Twin City Thunderbirds is Dr. Dirk Willard with Total Health Chiropractic. If you're hurt, call Dr. Dirk at 336-705-5537. And you can also visit YouHurtCallDrDirk.com. Tyler Barrow matches up against Jan Salak in this face-off. And Salak wins it. Cade Hanley goes to find it from there behind the goal line. They'll move it quickly across the ring, jumping over the logo at center. Right back the other way, though. And the Thunderbirds will have to go back and find this one. Cade Hanley does, once again behind the goal line. And along to Yuri Pastuka, up to Don Carter Jr. And from center, he's onside as he's playing as a forward tonight. Out there with Salak and Pastuka. Fired along, then right back for Columbus. Here's Mike Wynn to possess it. Mike Wynn out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Back behind the goal line. Centered in front. Now Wynn has it, chops it high in the zone towards the net, and scooped up by Boris Babic. 2:34 now left to go in the Flow second period. Shots are 25-19 favoring the Thunderbirds. Gus Ford has the goal. Team leading 12th of the year, assisted by Zach White and James Farmer at 8:37 of the first period. Assist number 11 on the year for Zach White. James Farmer with his second assist on the season. Face-off victory for Twin City. Down behind the net, found by Farmer, gives to Demke. Dion Demke. Snaps it along off the glass. And White onside there from Ford. Back behind the goal. Pressure. Giveaway. Towards the net off the turnover. And a stick save made on Roman Kramer by Tyler Roy. Here's Gus Ford backpedaling. 1-on-2. They take it away from him. And rolling free. Boris Babic angrily chopped it in the corner. And down the ice. Puck gets up on edge. No icing though. Zach White able to hustle down towards it. He's run into by Mike Wynn. He's pinned along the end wall here with under 2 to play in period 2. Good scrum going for it. We'll see who wins possession of the puck. Still a 1-goal game. Chopped into the near side corner. As James Farmer looks to take it away from Choetin Blacksmith. Goes across the rink, and the River Dragons have some room here. So Farmer bounces on him. Blacksmith open in front of the goal. Babic goes for the poke check, and he trips up the River Dragon Blacksmith, and that will be a penalty. And so for the first time tonight, it's the Thunderbirds that will go to the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. Penalty is on the goaltender, Babic. He can't serve it, though, so they'll have to find someone to take a seat in the box. And the Thunderbirds penalty kill, 46 of 67 this year, 68.7%. And it looks like Roman Kramer has been selected to serve the penalty. So it's a power play for the visitors as they look to tie the game late here in the Flow second period. Columbus looking to score on the man advantage for the 20th time this year. This is their 85th power play opportunity. And down he goes. Played here by Underwood. Kirk Underwood goes across, slap shot in on goal. Babic made the save. The rebound forced just wide of the last second. And down the ice it goes as Twin City gets the clear. Tyler Roy quickly to it as he'll look to play. And then back behind him they go. So the River Dragons work from there. Down by a goal here on the road. Hanley got spun around, went down. And it's fouled by Underwood. Less than a minute to play in period 2. Back onside for Columbus here. Down a goal on the board. Up a man and strength on the ice. They got it at the point. It's Storjahan. Gave the pass to Barrow. Across, Underwood. Near side, they tip it, and just wide of the net. Babic's down, though. Look out. Hanley finds it and clears. Cade Hanley finds it, gets the clear. Butita off on a change. Keeley will follow him. And the Thunderbirds have Pastuka on the ice with Salak, Hanley, and LaBelle. There's the 4 skaters out on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill. 20 seconds left to go in the second period. Shut down the blue line. Pastuka clears it again. Not all the way down the ice, just in from center. And there's a good clear from LaBelle. 10 seconds left in the period. Here come the River Dragons. Late in the second period. Hanley finds it, clears it again. That's going to do it for the second period. And you hear the applause from the fans. There will be 33 seconds of power play time that will carry over into period 3. But it's Gus Ford that's got the game's only goal back in the first. Good penalty kill effort here. And after 2, it's the Thunderbirds with a 1-goal lead.
Gwin Services has been serving North Carolina for over 50 years, ensuring the safety and comfort of our customers' homes. We take pride in bringing together the best electricians, plumbers, and heating and cooling technicians to bring convenience and unbeatable value to our customers. Life can be hectic. What better way to simplify than to have one company you trust to take care of all of your home's repair needs? Since 1972, integrity and customer satisfaction have been at the heart of everything we do. We are proud to have built a name our neighbors trust, one that provides peace of mind and a service that can be relied on, today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Thank you for trusting Gwin Services with your home. We are proud to stand behind the work we do every single day to serve our friends and neighbors here in North Carolina. We are Gwin Services. One call does it all.
When you're craving that slow smoke flavor done right here in Winston-Salem, there's only one place to go, Honky Tonk Smokehouse. From tendered pulled pork and fall-off-the-bone ribs to fresh house-made sides, Honky Tonk has it all. Not a meat lover? They've got delicious vegan options too. And when it's time to party, let Honky Tonk Smokehouse handle the catering and event planning. They'll bring the flavor to you. Stop by 145 Jonestown Road and taste why the locals here can't get enough. Honky Tonk Smokehouse.
So, you said UMass,
Dartmouth, yeah.
Dartmouth. Have you been able to explore the city around here?
I've been to like a couple places. Not really. I want to go a little bit more, but a couple like restaurants been to. That's really it. Just the restaurants and bars.
Restaurants.
Yeah, that was it.
What's your favorite spot so far?
So far, it's Young Cardinal Cafe.
I was
like
just
that
there
one.
for lunch.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good spot.
Honestly, that was probably the only place I've really been to, so a little biased about it.
You
But
got to get out there a little bit more often.
yeah.
What are your thoughts about the season so far with the team and everything?
Starting to like Joe now, like it's had a slow start, but you know, some teams it just happens. So it's like new year for everyone. So, but the chemistry is starting to get better with everybody. So got a good group of guys. So from here on out, it should be good.
Any thoughts about the rest of the year? What are you looking forward to? What are you thinking?
I'm just really just like making playoffs and stuff. That's the only thing I'm really like concerned about, or not concerned, but like excited for. And like seeing other teams, experiencing other teams too.
Well, you guys haven't been too many road trips this year.
No, we had really was just Athens, and then when we went to Danbury and Bingo. Yeah.
That's really it. You haven't been down to Florence yet?
No.
Okay.
They were. I wasn't. I was out that game.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was
just one time.
Trying to think of some of the nicer places to travel around here in the league this year.
What was the nicest place you played out here?
I don't know. I've been to a lot of different places. There was some really cities in this this league.
What's the worst one?
The worst one? Danville, Illinois, by far.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the worst place ever.
Did we go there?
No. Danville's not in the league anymore. But back when I got in here about 10 years ago, it was the worst place to go.
Okay.
It was the worst place. Some of the southern ones, like I liked Mississippi last year. I think I told LaBelle last week that I got the DoubleTree cookies, the team's cookies. I for some reason I ended up with a bag, so I was a big fan of that one.
Yeah, I don't think we traveled there this year.
I didn't like Monroe last year.
Okay.
Baton Rouge was okay. I don't know. I kind of like the northern ones. I think Binghamton was the nicest. Arena.
Their arenas. That's them and Athens so far. I mean,
Athens was nice. I was there last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all right. They're kind of all the same.
Finish strong. Start here. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS5OFF. Cotton and Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Kate, how well did you know Dyson, if at any, before you started playing here? I usually mention it when it's on the air, when he's playing and you're playing, that you're both from Montana, and that's kind of a small coincidence and a small world type thing. Did you know him at all before you got here?
We won't hold that against them because they lived in Montana, but that's another story.
Yeah, no, me and Dyson, we go way back. The way like hockey works in Montana is each town has like a single A team, and then they make a state double A team. And so, like, since Squirts or Pee-wees, like U8, U10, we were playing tournaments together all throughout. And so we played all the way through U14, and then he went to Sioux Falls, and I stayed home and played juniors back home, and he went the AAA route. And then I hadn't seen him in like 10 years until I rolled up to the team house that we had and got to see him again. So it was a small hockey world moment, and always good.
Coach, finally, before we move on, any last thoughts on Friday's game?
Yeah, we probably in the last month or so, we haven't got the results that we were looking for. And don't get me wrong, I thought it was a great weekend, but I really thought we turned the corner a little bit on Friday night, sealing the win where all of a sudden they pressured us, we didn't bend, or we did bend a little bit, but we didn't break. And to get a win on the road there, I think we hopefully we've gained a lot of confidence in ourselves and in the group that we can keep moving forward. I love to say I'm where we're at and where I want to be at, but I wouldn't be telling the truth. As I said, we've still got a lot of growth to go, but I think the guys are gaining confidence in themselves and is in the group too. So, and that's what you're trying to build on. And Kate can talk about it too. This guy here's got a lot of ceiling to go, and I think he came out of his shell on the weekend here, and we'll talk about that coming up here. But I think there's only better days ahead for him, and better days ahead for us if we continue to grow the way we are as a team and as a unit. And as I said, I was pretty pleased after Friday.
Coach, you come home on Saturday night. Obviously, there's a little bit of different, type of game in terms of just the scoring aspect, and I wasn't sure when we're going to get a goal there on Saturday night, but you finally break through in the third period, so it's scoreless after the first two, and we can talk about the third and the overtime and exciting stuff, but go back to your start on Friday or on Saturday night, second period. How do you think, despite not having a goal on the board for either team, what was kind of the story through the first 40 minutes there for you?
Well, I think that's the type of hockey that you're seeing now. There's a lot of skill out there. There's a lot of teams that are fighting for points, and I know it's early in the season, but the more and more we start to get into the season, points now are starting to get more expensive, okay? And you have to pay a bigger price for it. And since I've been in this league back, the second time here, I think there's been more games going into the third period, or we've even lost in overtime, no goals after 2 periods. And it doesn't happen very often. Normally there's at least 1 or 2, but actually Josh, we were talking about it today. He's been in the league quite a few years and never seen it before. You know what I mean? And since I've been back here, I've seen it probably quite a few times. And I think it's just, I think it's a credit to the teams and the goaltending and just the way they play. And for the fans, I know everyone loves to see the 5-4 games with all the goals and the excitement, but from actually a skill and from a coach's standpoint, I enjoy the 0-0 games too. I think those are fun as the 5-4 hockey games. You know what I mean? And I think everyone's on edge all the whole time. Especially after the first period. Now in the second period, the sense of urgency even grows greater, because now all of a sudden it's like when it's 5-4 or 4-3, it's 1 more goal. Okay, well then we're going to get another one later. But when it's 0-0, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, boy, I better make sure I make the right move. And we went into the third period, as I said, don't change, play the way we want to play, and they kind of pinched a little bit here and then got caught, and as I said, on a 2-on-1, and those are the things you can't get caught on, and as I said, they made a mistake, and we took advantage of it.
So Liam Blomquist scores that goal that you're talking about. John Butita gets the assist, the primary assist. Cade Hanley right here gets the secondary assist on that scoring play on that rush down the ice. Yeah. And
that's for your parents in case they're watching. Okay.
That's nice. That's nice.
I paid them. Okay.
Coach, we talked, I think just here before we started the show, that John Butita got his 200th career assist on the road on Friday, and that was number 201. I think Jan Salak hit a milestone recently of 150. There's been a lot of good stories early on in this season, and Boots hitting 200, that's certainly one that I'll think about.
Well, we joke with Boots. I'm not sure how many goals he's got in his career, but we talk about it. He'll tell you, he'll explain every goal to you. I don't know if he could do the assist. That's an awful lot of assists. So, but no, it's a great accomplishment. You get to that level of assists, and it means that you're a team guy, but it also means that you're in the right position and also, he's been very fortunate. He's played with good players too. But again, it's a compliment to him. And also, as I said, Salak too. There's another one with the 400. Those are they should take pride in those. Those doesn't matter what level of play you're at. That's a great accomplishment. And I've enjoyed coaching both of them. And as I said, I'll leave it at that. I won't get too deep into it. But no, it's a great, and they should be very proud of it.
Yep. Cade, what'd you see there on that scoring play? You got the assist up to Boots, and what'd you see on that play?
Yeah, I don't think that was me that gave it up to
okay. There's a phantom one. All right.
So, I hopped on the ice after the rush went up, and so snuck a plus in there. But,
there we go. Well, officially it's number 5. All right, Coach. So, we go through that game there. We get down to the end. It's just wild at the end with the goalie pulled. I thought Boris was going to get that shutout so close, and he was phenomenal. But they do get on the board, and obviously that takes the point off the board in terms of you being able to get the 3. But I think like you're talking about on the previous night on Friday night, probably a good time to reset and say, hey, this thing's not over. They've tied it up, but we got to go win this game here.
Yeah, we broke a stick there. We probably should have not maybe gone up the middle of the ice, but we broke a stick, and I think if he had his stick there on the rebound there, I don't know if they would have scored. But those things happen, and give the other team credit. They put some pressure on us, and as I said, it was just one of those plays where if the rebound goes the other way, it's probably not going to go in the net. It went the other way, and unfortunately for Boris, who I thought played awesome, had a great game, made some big saves for us, and kept the game where it should have been. For us, and as I said, I thought he had a great game. So kind of disappointing for him. I know, last year he got rewarded with some shutouts and that. And as I said, it's a great accomplishment to get down to a few seconds left in the game to finally break that shutout. But unfortunately for him, but one of those deals, as I said. So we went into overtime, and now the game changes. Now you have to figure out who you want to put out there, and as you said, now the whole ball game changes.
Yeah. And so they end up scoring at 4 shots each in the overtime. You go way deep in the overtime, and I mentioned on the air that so many times that the overtime 3-on-3 is designed to end the game quickly. But so many times you do see it end the game quickly. I thought it was so rare just to see it stretch out. But Boris is making great saves. You guys had chances on the other end, and then it ends up you get a power play opportunity there. And I mentioned the power play goals back on Friday. Roman Kramer is able to bury that one, and you get the 2-1 win in the overtime.
Well, yeah, the 3-on-3, it's part of the game, and some of it I don't know if I love it, but it's part of the game, so you embrace it, and you got to run with it, and you got to figure out how to win it with it. And as I said, I thought we had some good chances. They actually had some good chances, and we play 3-on-3 all the time, so we should be pretty good at it. And they got a penalty there, and we took advantage of the power play there, and I think we scored with, I'm not sure how many seconds left in the game, but the guys did a good job on the power play. They shot the puck. Whitey was in front of the net and screened them. So it was one of those deals where I've been on the other end where we've got a penalty too against us, and those are tough penalties to take. And I can't remember the call at the time because I haven't really looked at it, but we'll take it. And as I said, it was a great effort scoring that goal, and we were pretty happy.
Kate, you've been a part of a few Saturday night wins here already on home ice this year. I've asked this question several times to our guests that cycle through on the show. What's it been like playing here and then also being able to celebrate a win on home ice with these fans?
Oh, it's awesome. The fans we have here are incredible, and being able to play in front of them and doing stick taps on the glass after the game is always a good time.
Coach, great effort there, really, for both games on the weekend. Before we move on, and we'll have our fan questions coming up next, can you put a bow on not only that game but the weekend as a whole? What'd you think?
Well, after the game we talked about it just briefly, and I told the boys I was proud of them. Anytime you get you get a win in the league, as I've said, it's a great accomplishment, and let's take it. But I know we can be better, and let's celebrate this. Enjoy this and have some fun with it. But I know we can even be better. And as I said, this whole month is we talked about it last week. There, this month is going to be a bear. We play all good teams. We're playing Columbus coming up here, and we'll talk about them coming up here in a few minutes. But they just lost 2 games in a row, and so they're going to come in here hungrier and excited to be playing against us. And we know what those games are always like anyway, so that's going to be great. But and then after that is PD again, and then we play Whitfield. So this is a big month for us, and again we got to take steps. And we had a pretty good practice today, and we had a couple guys sick and a couple of little injuries, and hopefully we can get healthy by Friday and put our best foot forward. But it's a step in the right direction. And again, hopefully we can take another step this weekend.
And you mentioned the couple of injuries. We saw Jacob Schnapp leave the game Saturday night. Anything you can update us on any of those guys? It sounds like that, for the most part, pretty close to getting them all back and healthy.
Well, Schnappy is going to probably skate on Thursday. He's not going to skate tomorrow, and he'll skate Thursday and see how it is. And I don't know if he's watching, but the way he skates sometimes, maybe a little sore knee is not going to hurt him. But no, I'm just kidding. But so we'll see. Hopefully on Friday or Thursday he feels better. I think it's getting better every day, and so we'll evaluate him on Thursday. And Mike Mania, who was out last week with an injury, and he's going to skate tomorrow. So we'll see how he is. And I know a couple of guys are sick. Kramer's been sick. A couple other guys have been sick. It's just it's that time of year, and then when it just seems like when one gets it, everybody gets it, and so that's where we're at right now. But hopefully we can be where we want to be by Friday.
Coach, you mentioned it about the 3-on-3, but a question, is how often do you work on 3-on-3? How important is that to you? And you sort of answered that you do have a little bit of it through the week.
Well, we play 3-on-3 a lot because that's basically the game. If you really watch it, if it's in our zone or it's in the offensive zone, it's 3-on-3 below the circles. And so if you don't know how to play, if you can play 3-on-3, you know how to play 5-on-5, and so we do it quite a bit. And you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's a little bit of a conditioning one because I think you have to work hard at it. You don't want to get beat, but you have to think about it. You have to do a lot of things. You have to do in that game. You have to talk a lot because guys are all over the ice, and especially when you have the puck. So it's a great tool for a lot of different reasons. And as I said, we probably do it at least once a week. Sometimes, like even today, we did 2-on-2, and just to get the guys to know what they're doing when in those situations. So it's a great tool, and as I said, we do it quite a bit.
Being your best is hard. You gotta take care of yourself. You got your husband.
Let's put in a pool. For the kids.
For the kids. Forget the car. How about a motorcycle?
And if you own a business?
We need servers from, this century.
Yeah.
At Legacy Federal Credit Union, we're committed to helping you be your best you. Whether it's with an unbeatable car loan rate, home equity line of credit, or small business help.
Who's the best?
Visit alegacy.org for our best rates.
And welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for the Culver's third period. It's a 1-0 lead for Twin City. They do have penalty time to kill as the third will begin 5-on-4. 18:33 of the second period, the time of the tripping minor by the goaltender Boris Babic, being served by Roman Kramer. So 20 minutes on the board, 33 seconds of Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill time. That will carry over. Well, they dropped the puck, but there's no penalty on the board. Now they realize that. And so they will do it again. Here we go. And the third period underway. Butita steals it immediately. Doesn't have any help for now, but he's onside shorthanded. Butita chops it across the zone, and Nate Keeley will go flying over to play it. Nicely done. They get it down low. And now just 20 seconds remaining on the penalty kill in the 5-on-4. River Dragons, it's an errant pass, but it's picked off the board. Slapped ahead. Butita again, maybe with a chance. Butita has it. Near side, goes into the corner with it. 3 seconds left on the power play. They move it to center. LaBelle has it, and it's a successful Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill as Roman Kramer is out of the box, serving the minor penalty, the trip to Boris Babic. So 5-on-5 again we play. Each team has had one power play opportunity tonight. Farmer in on goal with a quick shot as White was there looking to tip in anything that might have been floating around goaltender Tyler Roy. So each team 0 for 1 on the power play. And a 1-0 lead. Shots are 26-21, favoring the Thunderbirds. Only goal so far, Gus Ford back in the first period at 8:37 even strength. Onside though, a chance for the River Dragons. They center out in front of the net here, taken aside by Kramer, back checking nicely. And Kramer will find it with speed, just barely taken away from him at the last second. And right back for the visitors, Cody Wickline. Wickline in on goal, Babic has it, squeezes it, and that sends us to a stoppage. It's the Culver's third period. Hungry fans will nothing beats a Culver's Butterburger. Fresh, never frozen beef, seared to perfection and served on a lightly buttered toasted bun. Stop by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem today. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Defensive end face-off. Thunderbirds lost it and quickly driven towards the goal. That took a couple of seconds as Boris Babic makes an easy save, squeezing it with a glove hand on a slow, sort of a floater shot that was right towards him. We're back, and they'll look for it here. This time it's a tie-up, and it's found by LaBelle. Twin City looks to move it out towards center. Pastuca applying pressure. As the last line of defense, Mike Wynn got back and played it first. And taken right back from the Thunderbirds. Back and forth they go. Twin City has it with Demke. Demke finds a pass to Josh LaBelle. LaBelle holding on to it and looking for an option up to Carter. Jan Salak let it go through his skates, so now it's found back behind the line. They'll go across the rink with it. Still onside now, but Twin City doesn't have it. Making changes, and Columbus moving through center. They give the pass. Onside Ryan Galvin. Galvin in on goal and steered away easily by Boris Babic. Butita and into Ryan Galvin. 2.5 gone by in the Culver's third period. Still a 1-0 lead. Here's Keeley back behind the net to find Farmer. Gives the pass to James Farmer. Good spin there. And out to the logo it goes. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it. Blomqvist up to Butita. And Blomqvist was held up. He continues on. Butita was waiting for it. And back behind the goal they go. Snapping it across on the pass towards center. Here's Farmer backpedaling, looking to find it. And Farmer has room to work. Gives it to Keeley. And Keeley looking to clear, but he couldn't get it out. Sabad's calling for it. They look to get it to him. They do. And on goal, shut down by Babick. Rebound, blocked in front. And it's fouled by the River Dragons. Another one in on goal. Save made by Babick again. Farmer looking to move it out of the zone. He does. A flurry of activity that Boris Babick had to deal with. Making saves. Back to back to back. Shots are now 27 apiece. Here's Kevin Sabat. Onside, shooting one well wide of the goal. Found by the Thunderbirds. And Gus Ford as he steps back behind the cage in the defensive end. Now he goes quickly. Gives the pass to Kramer. Kramer finds an option. Zach White got it back. Kramer in front trying to complete the play back to Ford. It was blocked. Ford knocked down. Kramer rather knocked down from behind. Ford threw his glove in the air as his hand was turned upward. As you could tell, he wanted the call there. And they didn't give it to him as he saw his teammate Kramer knocked down. Here's LaBelle. Near side of Roman Kramer. Looks to squeeze it across the zone, and Gus Ford nearly had it. 2-on-3. Crossing onside is Columbus. In front of Chance, and on goal, it's underneath Boris Babick. So he'll get the stoppage as the River Dragons worked it around the zone that time. Shots now favoring Columbus for the first time in a while at 29-28. Salak, defensive end face-off. They'll move it to the blue line, not out. A quick shot is blocked. And Yuri Pastuka able to move it down the rink. Pastuka, Farmer, and Carter out there with Dobles and Salak. Played by the River Dragons. Here they go. Through center. They cross onside. They chop it into an open corner. Alex Storjahan, he finds it. Goes across his own. Good stick by Yuri Pastuka to break up the play. Still onside, though, for Columbus. Long shot, goes wide of the net, and Babick was out of position as he was so far in front. That one nearly pinballed off of him, but it's all right, as Carter will find it here. He steps over the line, Don Carter, backhand drive, and it's off the side of the goal. Lots of action here in the Culver's third period. Still a 1-0 lead for the Thunderbirds. Chance in front, and they take it back behind the net. Josh LaBelle wants it, called for it, he got it, shot a long one, blocked in front, rebound, it's loose, and they blow it down as it was still free. A stoppage with 14:36 left to go in the Culver's third period. That should take us to the media timeout. We're waiting on the announcement, and we hear the sound of the horn, so we'll step aside. Media timeout, lots going on, but it's still a 1-0 lead for the Thunderbirds.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Carolina Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go Birds.
Return from the media timeout. Thunderbirds still in front by a goal at 1-0. .36 left to go in the third. Long shot from LaBelle. Goes wide of the goal. From the face-off win, Blomquist spins around at center. Then it goes to Keeley and then LaBelle. They fire across the zone with it. Pressure at center. And offside here. Thunderbirds have to tag up. Played ahead by Choetin Blacksmith. Blacksmith will rip it around the zone, near side. There's Blomquist applying a check, then it goes to LaBelle and then Keeley. Keeley, and he missed the pass to Blomquist. Otherwise, it would have been a play, 2-on-2, 2-on-3. Blacksmith had it, though, and he goes across on the pass, and Choetin Blacksmith's pass was nearly taken away there by Twin City. They'll battle for possession of the puck, down behind the goal line, back behind Boris Babick. And right now, it's just James Farmer standing by himself as the Thunderbirds make changes out to the neutral zone. Farmer glides a pass along the Ford, then near side they'll find Hanley. Hanley moves it onside. They look to race for it here. Down behind the goal line. Kramer, he finds it. Zips it around the zone. Here's Farmer. Loading up, doesn't fire. Hanley a one-timer, and it's swallowed up by Tyler Roy. 13-16 left to go in the Culver's third period. Shots are now 32-30, favoring the Thunderbirds. Hey, Thunderbirds fans, got a sweet tooth? Well, Culver's fresh frozen custard is rich, creamy, and made in small batches all day, every day. Swing by Culver's at 2973 Fairlawn Drive in Winston-Salem and check out today's flavor. Culver's, welcome to delicious. Chopped wide off the face-off from Zach White as we're back. Across the rink it goes. Thunderbirds look to track it down from there. It was Gus Ford who won the face-off back to White. And he looked to chop it ahead, and he did so immediately. Far side of the building. Thunderbirds will look to move it out. And here's Kramer to find it. Roman Kramer flips it out to center and just out of the reach of Gus Ford. But they say no icing. So Twin City can make changes freely through the neutral zone. Here goes Matt Stoya. Stoya steps onside. Drag move doesn't work out as Dobles block the advance. Now Carter. He goes down. Look out. Chance in front. They score. And we're tied. It's 1-1 with 12:33 left to go. And the Culver's third period as that was snapped up and over Boris Babick. It's the 31st shot of the night for the River Dragons. And in it goes off the stick of Kyle Moore. 5th goal of the season for Moore, 45th career goal. And we're tied. Face off at center ice as we play 5-on-5. Only 2 penalties called tonight. As here's a quick chance off the face-off. As the Thunderbirds look to find it here in the defensive end. They play on even strength. I mentioned the 2 penalties. One called to Kevin Sabah, the other one to Boris Babick in the second period. Here comes Twin City looking to take the lead back. Crossing onside, a chance for Carter. And he couldn't fire it. It's a 3-on-2 the wrong way. River Dragons now look to take the lead. One-timer shut down by Babick. It's up and out of play. So off the redirect or the save, it was deflected out of play there. And a tie game at 1. Thunderbirds have played in some tightly contested hockey games here in the last few weeks. Defensive zone face-off on the way. And it goes into the far side corner. 4 consecutive 1-goal game finals for this team. And we're tied here. Keeley onside, shooting it, save made. There was a brief rebound given up by Tyler Roy, but he covers it up. Thunderbirds had the 2 1-goal wins last weekend, 2-1 here on Saturday, 5-4 in Florence, both games against PD. The previous weekend, it was 2 1-goal losses on the road, 5-4 in Binghamton and 4-3 against Danbury. And so once again, this feels like a similar spot that this team's been in the last several weeks now, playing in these tightly contested games. From the face-off, here's White. Sends it down low in the near side corner. It's Gus Ford all the way across. Dion Demke had a decision to make, and he stayed put. He jumped up in the play. And nearly worked out, but it's found in play by the River Dragons to center. Right back for Kramer and then Farmer. Played ahead from Gus Ford. Back the wrong way. And collected by the River Dragons. Then from center, and this is going to get called back from the red line for icing. So 11:19 now left to go in the Culver's third period. And shots are 34-32. Tie game at 1. Out of town scoreboard report. Athens has now taken a 2-goal lead at 4-2 in their matchup against PD. We're back. Thunderbirds have it. They go down low to the far side corner. As Kramer has pressure to him. Now it's Ford, high in the zone. Hanley, slap shot off a deflection. It's out of play with 11:05 left to go in the period. When I say 4-2, that was actually the Thursday final score. We did have a game last night in this league, so that game's still 2-2 with Athens and PD. 3-3 the score, Indiana and Port Huron. 2-1 for Danbury over Binghamton. 4-3, Watertown leading Blue Ridge. Monroe's leading Biloxi 3-2, and Topeka's leading Baton Rouge by a goal at 2-1. We're back with Wickline finding it onside here. In on goal, stick save made by Boris Babick. Drops down across the rink, it's chopped out. We'll see if the Thunderbirds can find it here from the defensive end. Right now the River Dragons have it. Then White, he's knocked down, didn't have the puck, penalty called. And the Thunderbirds will not go to the power play. They're going to take Zach White on the retaliation. Otherwise, it was going to be a 5-on-4, and now White goes to the box. We'll play even strength hockey. Interference, and they call Zach White for a trip. And so White's not happy there. That was going to be a critical power play for this group about halfway through the third period. But it'll be 4-on-4. So the ice is going to open up even more, and we see John Butita, Nate Keeley, James Farmer, and Cade Hanley out there for now, the four skaters. Now Hanley steps over, and Luke Dobles will replace him. So that's what it looks like on the 4-on-4. Face-off will be outside of Twin City's attacking territory. That's 2 hours left in this Culver's third period. Slow pass was nearly intercepted by Keeley. Onside from Columbus now. They'll have a play on it. Far side corner from the side of the circle as Kyle Moore has tied the game at 7:27 of this third period. And out the tripping Minor. Meanwhile, Thornton shooting through a screen. Save made by Babick, and the Thunderbirds have room to work. Farmer, nice move there, indirect. Goes off the end wall, back behind the net. Back it goes to Farmer again, as he'll look to play along. Farmer's got room, and he skates it up the rink. It's along to Jan-Salak, powers his way towards the net. Forehand play as he had it on the backhand, looked to transfer it, and it just went wide as he tried to make that work out. To the red line it goes, and the River Dragons have it with a goal scorer, Moore. Now it's Thornton, and he plays back to center. Played ahead, and it's Thornton now changing. And the River Dragons will back up into a defensive zone with it. 9.5 to play in the third, tie game at 1. Onside, and out to the red line. Even strength hockey, it's 4-on-4, but we play even strength. Neither penalty on the scoreboard, by the way. And so not sure when these two players are going to step out of the box. And we'll see if that gets realized at some point. Texmo sends it across the zone here. They center it back, and Gus Ford took it away from Ryan Hunter, who was open. It goes to LaBelle, and then moves right away from LaBelle. Onside for the River Dragons. They look to drop it back. 9:19, the times of the call. Now White and Wynn are standing as the River Dragons throw one wide of the goal. They go across the zone. Here comes White and Wynn. So we play 5-on-5 rather, and they stop the play here. And that should send us to a break and immediate timeout. 8:35 left to go in the Culver's third period. And they've not announced it yet. Boris Babick skating over to the bench. And let's see what's called here. I think we do have a penalty that's going to be called by the official. as we are in a media timeout, but they've not announced it. They don't have the time counting down. They got time counting down from the scoreboard now, and so maybe that's what they're doing. They're going to take time off the clock as they notice that maybe some seconds stayed up there. By the way, when you see the score bug on the top of our screen jumping around, I'm manually adjusting that, so it's not synced with the clock. But right now they've got it at 8:26. It's a quick media timeout. We'll take it and be right back.
Flow Offer to Purchase makes it easy for you to generate an appraisal for a vehicle online in under 5 minutes. You can confidently use Flow Offer to Purchase to determine your vehicle's trade-in value or to get a real offer to sell it to us. Here at Flow, we've always had a transparent, interactive appraisal process that our customers love. We developed our Flow Offer to Purchase tool to offer you that same great experience online or through our Flow Garage app anytime, anywhere. Using Flow Offer to Purchase is simple. Either enter your license plate number or VIN, and the system will pull up basic information about your vehicle. Some vehicles have options or extras that need to be selected in order to pull an accurate value. Then just tell us about the current condition of a few things like your tires, dents and scratches, or mechanical issues. From there, a real offer on your vehicle, whether you buy from us or not, is just a click away. Just a heads up, our staff will check over your vehicle to ensure your Flow Offer to Purchase is accurate. Your satisfaction is our priority. Flow Automotive dealerships have processed tens of thousands of vehicles using Flow Offer to Purchase, which has resulted in buying many thousands of cars from customers. Try Flow Offer to Purchase for free today. You can access this tool by clicking Sell Trade on flowauto.com or your dealer site by starting the Sell Trade dialog in the center of the homepage.
And welcome back following the media timeout. They did not penalize either team, by the way. They still have the clock at 8:26, so we're going to go with that with a 1-1 score. And we're back. We are playing 5-on-5. So Josh Colton and on goal. Babick scoops it up, laid it down, scooped it up again as the whistle blew. And now we have 8:18 left to go in this Culver's third period. Well, we hope you'll be able to join us right here tomorrow night. 6:05, the time of the puck drop between these two teams. They'll do it again in their fourth meeting of 6 here on the 25-26 regular season campaign. These two have met in the postseason before as Wickline went down at center. And we play on. Kramer finds it. Drag move from Kramer. Open in front and moved away from him into the near side corner. 7:55 left to go in the Culver's third period. Out through center. And they're going to call James Farmer there. And they call Farmer for a hold. And so I'm not sure if that was completely Farmer's doing or if some of it was the Gus Ford stick infraction that I think Columbus wanted called previous to that. And then they get Farmer coming back on something that you don't really see called there. So I think the River Dragons got their power play they were looking for. They got 2 minutes and 22 seconds on the board to Farmer, and so that'll have to be adjusted. And they got a penalty on the other side of the board. We have 7:48 left to go in this third period. This is a critical Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill that's on the way. Kyle Moore just took a knee there, which is probably not the worst thing he could do in this situation. And so we hear the feedback there from the public address. They're trying to get this penalty corrected on the scoreboard. They did take the one off the River Dragon side of things. It's Butita out there with Keeley, LaBelle, and Dobles when we get going again. The four skaters for the Thunderbirds. Out-of-town scoreboard report, tie game, Watertown and Blue Ridge. Danbury leading Binghamton 2-1. Indiana leads Port Huron 4-3. Athens leading PD 3-2. Monroe has a 2-goal lead over Biloxi and a tie game 2-2 with Topeka and Baton Rouge. Thunderbirds find it immediately as we are playing again. They've got the clock issue solved. Here's Hunter shooting and a shot block. We'll see if they can clear it. Off the backhand, it's out. And Elsie holding infraction to Farmer. Back behind the goal. Now all the way around the zone. It's out. Could be a rush shorthanded as Keeley on a 2-on-2. He's got Boutita's help. Stops on a dime. Boutita, one-timer and on goal. Shut down by Tyler Roy. As the Thunderbirds were looking to take the lead shorthanded here in the third period. LaBelle finds it, and he's got room to work. LaBelle looks to fire it out. Boutita, now Pastuca. Slap shot, and a bullet of a shot that just went wide of the net. Goes off the glass. 6:54 to play in the Culver's third period. Tie game 1-1. Bobo's penalty kill. And we've got halfway gone with 1 minute left to go in it. Storjahan scores, and it's 2-1 as he crosses over and lights the lamp for the 9th time this season. And Columbus will take a 1-goal advantage at 2-1. 36th shot of the night goes in for the River Dragons. Shots are evened at 36 apiece. And so the Thunderbirds with the 1-0 lead that Gus Ford gave them back in the first period at 8:37 is now gone. With back-to-back goals in this third period for the River Dragons to take a 1-goal lead at 2-1. And for the first time all night, Twin City is trailing in the matchup. Looking to tie the game again. Here's Gus Ford, near side Farmer. Farmer holding on to it. Ford gives the pass to Kramer, down low, back behind the net. Curls, looks to fire, and he can't. Holds on to it for now. Pressure from Mike Wynn. Kramer was held up. He continues. And Farmer sees it go off of his skate. It's out to the neutral zone. And we play on from there with now 6 minutes left to go in regulation time tonight. The rematch is here tomorrow. Got a lot of hockey left to go in this one. Lifted in on goal, and Tyler Roy played it. Zach White applied a check. And now they play the near side boards. LaBelle, Blomquist goes by him. From the near side again. Top of the near side circle, this is LaBelle. And back behind the goal. So the River Dragons holding on to it behind the net. And look out here, it's up in the crowd over the glass. Thunderbirds want a penalty called. I think they'll get one. And so Twin City to the power play. Puck over the glass, delay of game is the call. Here we go. This is going to be a great chance to tie this thing up. And it's Kyle Moore who opened the scoring tonight for Columbus, who is in the box. Right circle face-off. On the power play, and the good guys have it. Here we go, LaBelle. Sends it to White. In front they go, looking for the tip, but it went just wide. LaBelle raced over, couldn't hold the line, and then it's Storjahan who gets by him, looks to fire it, and Gus Ford back checking here on the power play. It's moved down the rink, and the River Dragons have room to work from the defensive end. They'll fire it to LaBelle. It's LaBelle to pick it off, back behind the net. And Josh LaBelle looks to move it out. Up the wing he goes. Finds Gus Ford. Here's Ford crossing onside. Waits. Backhand. Blocked in front. Rolling free. And it's found along the near side. Thunderbirds center it. LaBelle steps up. Shoots one. Rebounds there. White. And it's up and out. As Zach White was open as he found that one. But it goes up and out of play. Media timeout. We'll be right back.
2 pillows, endless possibilities. At Cotton & Crate, we make it easy to refresh your home season after season. Our 18x18 and 12x20 pillow sizes pair perfectly with our seasonal collections of interchangeable covers, so you can refresh your style anytime without cluttering up your closet. We're proud to team up with the Twin City Thunderbirds, celebrating hometown spirit and the comfort of home on and off the ice. Thunderbirds fans, enjoy $5 off your order at cottonandcrate.com with the code TBIRDS 5 off. Cotton and Crate, 2 pillows, endless possibilities.
Maple Chase Golf and Country Club offers the best in recreational amenities in the Triad. Come enjoy a meal at the Pine Brook Bar and Grill, relax by our pool and cabana, and gear up at the Pro Shop while sharpening your skills on our 9,000 square foot putting green, and play around on our 18-hole Ellis Maples Design Championship Golf Course. You can find out more at maplechasecc.com. That's maplechasecc.com.
Congratulations to all of tonight's winners. 1 minute, 12 seconds of 5-on-4 power play time for the Thunderbirds. They look to tie the game here in the final 5 minutes of the Culver's third period. 2 scoring plays here in the third period for the River Dragons. Kyle Moore's in the box, delay of game at 14:37. Face-off and a win for Twin City. It was Kramer, then LaBelle, then White, then Kramer. Kramer back to White. Zach White, now Roman Kramer, chopped at, rolling free, and found by the Thunderbirds. High in the zone, LaBelle called for it, and he tried to settle a pass there, knocked away. And the River Dragons will move it down the rink. On the near side, this will be LaBelle. 40 seconds left in the 5-on-4. The pass missed White, and once again cleared by Columbus. Twin City looking to score in the power play for the 14th time this season. And now we're under 4 minutes left to go in the game. 25 seconds left in the power play. LaBelle standing behind the net. Here come the Thunderbirds. They stretch it up the rink. It's Salak. Carter shooting, and it's underneath Roy. Wasn't sure if Tyler Roy had it there, the way he reacted, but he's got it with 13 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4. Still plenty of game time left here. Just trying to get the next one. Shots are 40-36. Salak to the circle, down it goes. They'll look to battle for it, but it's back behind the goal line. Columbus has room to clear, and they'll do that. Shut down by Farmer in the neutral zone, but that's going to do it for the power play. Back on side, 5-on-5 again. And the River Dragons will punch it down the rink on the clear. Farmer goes back to grab it. Farmer holding on to it on the far side. 3 minutes. 11 seconds remaining in the Culver's third period. Thunderbirds down by a goal at 2-1. Yuri Pastuka looks to continue on here. And they spin a pass to Carter. Taken away from Don Carter, looks to get it back. Carter knocked down from behind, stands back up. And they'll have it at center. Here's Farmer, shooting one. And a save made by Roy. It's down and still onside. Carter has it, slides a slow pass to Salak, shoots one, save made, rebound, taken away by the River Dragons. They got it at center, and Moore goes ahead with it. So back behind the net, Babick played it, 2:25 left to go in tonight's third and final frame of regulation, but we may need more. We certainly saw that last time we were here on Saturday night in a 2-1 overtime win against PD. Roman Kramer scored the goal, and he gives the pass now to Gus Ford. Ford onside, tried to give it back to Kramer as he was open on the far side post. Babick standing between the hash marks. Will he be released? Not for now. 2 minutes left to go. Kramer steps up, and it's out to center. As he trying to apply that check there, White goes to find it here. Kramer with it. Now to LaBelle, and here comes Babbitt. It's 6-on-5 time. Extra attacker. Played out to center. LaBelle has it. 97 seconds left in regulation. Farmer swings a pass to LaBelle. This is going on the defensive end. Now he stretches it out through center. They're onside. Pastuca crashing in front of the net. He was held up. We continue. Kramer centers across, and he couldn't get the pass to Zach White. It hit him, but he's unable to control it. They'll fight for possession. Far side of the building. 1:15 left to go in the period. They've got it. It's Farmer. He's open. Shoots one wide of the net. Big rebound off the end wall. Columbus finds it. They clear wide of the goal. And icing will be called. 65 seconds left in the Culver's third period. The net remains empty to our right. And let's see if either coach wants to use a timeout. I see head coach Steve Harrison all the way to the front of the bench with a whiteboard out. I think he'll call a timeout here. And he will. So timeout has been called by the Thunderbirds. And Twin City finds themselves in yet another one-goal game. This is currently the fifth consecutive one-goal game they played in, as the last four results have been decided by a single goal. 2-1 win in overtime against PD. Last time on the ice here on Saturday night last weekend. Friday, 1 week from tonight. 1 week ago, it was a road win at 5-4 over PD. And then previous to that, back-to-back road losses to Danbury and Binghamton at 4-3 and 5-4. Thunderbirds led this one 1-0 entering this Culver's third period with the goal scored by Gus Ford way back in the Pine Tree Tavern first period. 8:37 the time of the goal, assisted by Zach White and James Farmer. But it was an even strength goal from Kyle Moore at 7:27 in this period. And most recently, a power play goal from Alex Dorjahan at 13:20. That's given the visiting River Dragons a one-goal lead. Face-off will be taken by Gus Ford. Far side circle. You hear the crowd. Here we go. Movement everywhere on the face-off. They'll keep it for now, and here we go. Down it goes. Thunderbirds have it. High in the zone, 6-on-5 with the net empty. It's Kramer. Down low, swings it to Ford. They look to go out in front. It's picked off, and then heavy pressure back behind the goal line. Twin City searching for it. They push it around the zone. 50 seconds remaining. Thunderbirds need one. They're down 2-1 here. Towards the net. Found back behind the net by Columbus. Long clear is on. It's wide of the net, and icing will be called. 36.9 left to go. Offensive zone face-off again following the icing. Called against the River Dragons. Face-off victory. Kramer towards the net, and it goes wide. And missed Tyler Roy. Stays onside Pastuca. They drop it down low. Looking for a play. It's rolling free back behind the line. Zach White holds on to it. 25 left to go. Pastuca chops it down low. Ford, he takes a look, and then it's blocked. Got it again. Across he goes to LaBelle, and they call a hand pass. 18 seconds left, and the Thunderbirds are not happy about this. We see Kramer and Pastuca arguing their case. And the face-off will come outside of the zone. Well, that's a bad break. Josh LaBelle's talking to one referee. Face-offs outside of the attacking area here for Gus Ford. Ford ready to go. Down he goes. A look to find it. Roman Kramer along the near side boards. Back onside. Just 12 seconds left. It's found by the River Dragons. The clear is on. It misses, but they'll win the race to it. Moore has it. 5 seconds left. Far side corner, and that's it for tonight's game as the River Dragons steal this one in the third period. Back-to-back unanswered goals, and they win the game by a final score of 2-1. And so that's a tough one here for the Thunderbirds, dropping this decision. They will fall to 6-11 here on the season. It's now a 12-6 record for the River Dragons. They do have 2 wins past regulation. And the Thunderbirds were hoping to find their second win past regulation this season. As LaBelle's talking to the officials and John Butita, the captain, skates over. And again, it's a frustrating finish here for this group to give up the 2 in the third period. Jan Salak is speaking with the officials, and we saw the call that went against Farmer that I don't think the Thunderbirds were thrilled with either. But I think Columbus wanted a penalty called against Gus Ford earlier, and then that one was called. And the good news is there's always tomorrow, and so the Thunderbirds will look to bounce back in tomorrow's game as the River Dragons take the lead in this season series, now 2-1, and the fourth meeting will be tomorrow night. And so we're halfway through the 6-game season series between these two teams. It's 2-1 as Columbus wins this one tonight. Also a 2-1 final score, 2-1 record. And so final shots on goal were 43-36. Gus Ford has the only goal in the Thunderbirds' loss tonight. And unfortunately, Boris Babic beaten a couple of times, but he was so good in this game. And certainly put together a goaltending performance good enough to win this game, no doubt about that. The game-winning goal was scored on the power play, so it was an odd man opportunity. Well, we'll talk about it coming up in the post-game show. We'll step aside and come right back to recap tonight's game. Look forward to tomorrow's rematch between these two teams. But the final score tonight, Columbus wins this one over Twin City, the final 2-1.
Gunny's telling you to bring your toys to Tots for hockey games this weekend. Hey, Boris, what are you doing?
Hey, packing joy for the holidays.
Is that for Toys for Tots?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Toys for Tots. The last day to bring in your toys to our games is December 12th. Flock together.
Go, Bert.
When it comes to performance, speed matters, just like on the ice. Introducing same-day dental crowns right here at Twin Oaks Dentistry. With cutting-edge technology, we craft crowns on site, eliminating the need for temporary. As proud sponsors of the Thunderbirds, we understand the need for top-notch performance. We're more than just dental care. We're your partners in achieving your best smile.
And welcome back inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for the postgame show following this 2-1 loss for the Thunderbirds against the Columbus River Dragons. The River Dragons improved to 12-6. The Thunderbirds dropped to 6-11 with this result. We go back to the first period and the Pine Tree Tavern first period here on the broadcast. The only goal was scored by Gus Ford. And the Thunderbirds outshot the River Dragons at 13-11 there in the first period. But even strength scoring play from Gus Ford, assisted by Zach White, James Farmer. It is Ford's team-leading 12th goal of the year. He has 15 assists to go along with that offensive production. So off to another good start this season. Zach White, assist number 11 this year. And for James Farmer, the second assist for him this season, 33rd of his FPHL career. So 13-11 shots on goal in the first period. And the Thunderbirds take a 1-0 lead to the locker room. In the second period, no scoring from either team, and the Thunderbirds outshot the River Dragons at 13-10. So 13-11 in the first, 13-10 in the second period, and it's 1-0 after 1, 1-0 after 2. And the only 2 goals to tell you about in the third period, unfortunately, the opposition getting on the board twice in the final 13 minutes of the game. Kyle Moore scoring his 5th goal of the year, 45th of his career, assisted by Benjamin Pizzamente and Matt Stoya at 7:27 on that even strength scoring play. So that is the game tying goal at that point to make it 1-1. And then in the third period at 12:12, a penalty called to James Farmer, holding minor, and it was the final penalty called against the Thunderbirds tonight, but unfortunately it was not able to be killed off on the Bobo's Deli and Grill penalty kill by Twin City, as the Farmer penalty at 12:12 ends up to a goal for the River Dragons, a power play scoring play at 13:20. Alex Storjahan, he scores for the 9th time this season and the 84th time in his career. So Storjahan makes it 2-1 at that point with the go-ahead goal in the power play, assisted by Ryan Hunter and Josh Colton. So it's a 2-1 score. The Thunderbirds did everything they could there at the end. They lifted goaltender Boris Babic for an extra attacker, and just unable to find that next goal, the game-tying goal. They have shots on net at 43-36 here in the building, and so we will go with that. Online scoring system has it just a couple short of that. They got it 41-36 online, but I'm sure that'll be updated. So 2-1 is the final in the win for Columbus. They have 15 shots in the third period, and the Thunderbirds have 17 shots in the third period to outshoot the River Dragons in every period tonight. 13-11 in the first, 13-10 in the second, and 17-15 in the third period for a 60-minute total of 43-36. We had several penalties called tonight. Kevin Sabad went off for hooking in the second period. Boris Babic took a tripping minor, and that was served by Roman Kramer also in the second period at 18:33. And then 4 penalties called in the third period. Zach White for tripping, Mike Wynn for Columbus for interference. James Farmer, I mentioned that penalty at 12:12 of the third, the holding minor, and then Kyle Moore, the delay of game penalty that put Twin City on the power play with a chance to tie the game at 2. That was the final penalty called in tonight's game. And so the stats at the end of the night for the goaltenders, Boris Babic, I mentioned, just a very good performance. Fresh off of his 52-save effort here on Saturday night, he has 34 saves tonight on 36 shots. So it's a .944 save percentage, very good. But unfortunately, he falls short tonight in net as it's Tyler Roy who wins the game in goal, 40 saves on 41 shots. So Roy improves to 8-3 on the season. He's now 14-3 in his FPHL career. Boris Babic dropping to 4-6 this year, and now dropping to 38-15 in his FPHL career. Thunderbirds dropped to 1-2 in this season series in the head-to-head matchup, and now 500 here on home ice with a record of 5-5 and 6-11 overall. Before we go off the air, we'll have one final look at the FPHL out-of-town scoreboard report, and here's what we have for you from around the league tonight. It's a tie game at 2 with Topeka and Baton Rouge. Monroe is leading Biloxi by 3 goals at 5-2. Blue Ridge and Watertown, a high-scoring affair. It's the Bobcats leading at 6-5, showing is in the third period. 2-2 the score with Binghamton and Danbury in the third period. Indiana gets a road win over Port Huron. Those two teams are not close to each other in the standings, as Indiana is the 7th and last place team in the Empire Division, and last place team in the league, tied now with Baton Rouge. But Port Huron's a second place team in that division with 33 points. And again, it's a 4-3 win this evening for Indiana on the road against Port Huron. 3-3 the score with PD and Athens. That game is showing to us is tied at 3-3 in the third period. So that's the out-of-town scoreboard report for tonight. And these two teams will match up on home ice again tomorrow at 6:05. We'll have a look at the games coming up in the month of December, and it's something that we talked about during the pregame show for tonight. But we had the game last week, and then if you're watching on the video side of things, you see the game showing for tonight, and then the game tomorrow night. So those games against Columbus, back-to-back games, 7:35, of course, tonight, and then at 6:05 for the start time tomorrow. Then next Saturday night, we will have the Ice Cats right back here for a 6:05 showdown, and then a game against Blue Ridge on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 8:35 is the time of the puck drop, and New Year's Eve falls in the middle of the week, so it's a Wednesday night game, a rare Wednesday night game for that New Year's Eve game between the Thunderbirds and the Bobcats. But those are the games coming up in the month of December. And the box office here at the Fairgrounds running a ticket special right now for a $60 holiday 4-pack. Free parking, as always, here at the Fairgrounds. But if you'd like to purchase that, you can go to TwinCityThunderbirds.com. It's currently the splash page at the top of the screen. You can also contact the box office directly and find out more information, WSFairgrounds.com, Ticketmaster.com, or the box office 336-727-2236. For that specific package, the 4-pack, you've got 4 tickets to an upcoming game here in December, which we now have a couple more on home ice, including the one tomorrow at 6:05, 4 public skating passes, and the free parking that comes with all Thunderbirds games. So I'd like to let you know about that. Throwback Night is the promotion tomorrow night, and we'll get things going at 6:05. On the video side of things, we'll have a 5:45 pregame show for you and a 6:05 puck drop between these two teams. Until then, we will say goodnight from the press box here at the Fairgrounds Arena. Kendall Grayson signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. We hope to see you out here tomorrow. If not, we'll have the broadcast again beginning at 5:45. We'll be showing the warm-up before that, and puck drop scheduled for 6:05. Disappointing result tonight here in the third period to not get the win for the Thunderbirds. They drop the game. They give up these back-to-back goals here in the third period, but we'll see if they can bounce back and win the game tomorrow night. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. The final score tonight for the Thunderbirds, Gus Ford has the only goal in the first period. And the River Dragons from Columbus, they win this one. The final score is 2-1.